Okay, we should be ready to start the Haunted Carousel. That is the game I started, right?
Welcome to my latest case, the Haunted
Yes, it is!
Carousel. To start playing, choose either Junior or Senior Detective. If you're new to adventure games or need some help, choose Tutorial. Dear Ned,
I'm not new to
here I
this.
am at Captain's Cove Amusement Park, about to try to figure out what's behind all the weird things that have been happening here lately. First, a horse just disappeared off the carousel one night. Then, a little later, the carousel started spinning around all by itself in the dead of night, as if it was haunted or something. And then, last week, the roller coaster suddenly stopped in mid-ride for no apparent reason. Nobody was seriously hurt, but the park was shut down until the city knows for sure what caused the accident. I'm here because Paula Santos, the park's owner, is a friend of Dad's. She's putting me up at the Captain's Quarters Hotel, which is next to the park. I'm supposed to head over there right now and meet with a security guard named Harlan Bishop. I hope I don't let Paula down. Wish me luck. Ever yours, Nancy. P.S. There's a rumor going around that the park is cursed. Creepy, huh?
Cursed Park, Haunted Carousel? Ooh, who could ask for more? Okay, back-end issues are being a butt pain. Okay. Let's see if that fixes things. Although, I seriously doubt it. Okay, well, life is life. And life is gonna be a thing. Okay. So, what do we have? We have the flag game. Things to do. Check in with Paula, check out the carousel, and head over the park and talk to the security guard. Inbox. Welcome, Nancy. Thank you for your subscription to Sassy Detective Online, the electronic tip service for the modern detective. Check your inbox often. Tips will be arriving almost as fast as you can read them. Subscription department, Sassy Detective Online. Subject, no outgoing mail service. Dear valued customer, outgoing mail service has been temporarily halted. We expect to have the service restored within 24 hours. In the meantime, you'll be able to receive but not send mail communications. We at Metadata sincerely apologize for the inconvenience. Sorry. A friend of my father's, Paula Santos, wants me to figure out what's behind the strange things happening at the museum in Captain's Cove, New Jersey. Alright, so yeah, so there's not really much here. Hello?
Hotel operator, what do you want?
Are you the regular operator?
I'm filling in for my cousin Amber. She took the week off on account of the amusement park being shut down. You don't want an outside line, do you?
Actually, I have a cell phone.
Good. Use it. An outside line will cost you an arm and a leg. Besides, I'm not sure how to get you one. So, Miss Oren, what do you want?
That's Drew. Nancy Drew?
Sorry, my cousin's handwriting reeks. So, what do you want, Miss Drew?
Actually, I just kind of wanted to see if the phone worked.
That's it?
That's it.
Serving you has been a pleasure.
Ooh!
A room service menu. All right.
Sweet! Pasta and veggie platter served with dinner salad, bread, and your choice of soft drink. Includes penne pasta tossed with sliced mushrooms, artichoke hearts, sun-dried tomato, fresh sweet basil, a splash of cream, and topped with Asiago cheese. Or perhaps you would like the hamburger platter, accompanied by French fries, dinner salad, and your choice of a soft drink. A 1/3 pound of fresh, ground, all-American, 100% pure beef is served on a toasted sesame seed bun with the works and double thick cheese, garnished with a dill pickle spear and our homemade mustard sauce. I can't have mustard, I'm allergic. But for dessert, we have a Captain Cove Funday with 6 layers of sheer heaven, with your very own collectible souvenir spoon. Chocolate chip brownie, layered with ice cream, banana chunks, nuts, whipped cream, and topped with triple thick hot fudge. Oh, I can't have nuts either. Sorry. It's not an allergy. My stomach just doesn't like them. Alright, like, I won't die if I have nuts. I don't digest them. I will be in a lot of discomfort for days. Oh, I meant to call Paula. I'm sorry. I meant to call Paula before we went charging through. Because we're supposed to check in with Paula. There she is. Paula! Hello. Hello, Paula.
Paula Santos.
Hello, Miss Santos. It's Nancy Drew.
Hello. I was wondering when I'd hear from you. Have you been out to the park?
Yes, I have.
I forgot to tell you. All the rides are shut down except for the Carousel. I thought you might need to see it in action. But please, take a good look at the roller coaster even if you can't ride it.
First chance I get.
First chance I get.
Great. Feel free to inspect the tracks all you want. I'm sure you'll do a better job than the police. They looked around for 5 minutes, then left. Said as long as the insurance company was going to investigate, why should they?
Weird for the police to do that. I'll see what I can do.
Well, I'll see what I can do, Miss Santos.
I can't wait to hear what you turn up. Call me as often as you like. My phone's on and with me 24/7. Oh, and one more thing. Call me Paula.
All right. Goodbye, Paula.
Okay then, Paula. I still have to fix a thing that is causing me some trouble. It's a back-end issue. It's nothing really super thrilling. My chat screen is not connecting the way it should. Hopefully that fixes it. Well, we'll see in a minute. Anyway, let's head on out.
Will the young lady who just entered the park please turn immediately and enter the whale's mouth directly to her left? Thank you.
Hi!
Well, from the way you just marched right on in here past all those sorry we're closed signs, you're either who I think you are or you're one determined gatecrasher.
Oh. So you must be Harlan? I can't really read your
You
name
must be
tag,
Harlan.
though.
Paula Santos said you'd be expecting
Kinda
me.
small.
Which means you must be Nancy Drew,
Uh-huh.
famous teen detective.
Famous is a bit of a stretch.
Substitute the word amateur for famous. And yes, that's me.
I don't know, Miss Santos seems to have a lot of faith in you. Apparently more than she does in some people around here.
You're not offended I'm here, are you? I'm sorry.
You're not offended that I'm here, are you?
Me? Nah. I'm too busy to be offended. Truth is, I begged Miss Santos to keep me on while the park's closed. Even agreed to a pay cut.
Really? You must really like your job or you're not intimidated by all this curse stuff, huh? I'm gonna go with you must really like your job.
You must really like your job.
I've only worked here for a couple of weeks. I figured staying on while the park was closed would help me get up to speed on all the equipment and such.
Fair, I guess. Where did you work before you came here? Or so, what's your thoughts on this one? Let's talk, where did you work?
Where did you work before you came here?
Oh, I worked in a store, department store, you know, as a security guard. In Flemington, not around here.
So is this your first encounter with a haunted amusement park ride? Let's talk. How seriously do you think the police are taking this
How seriously
haunting
do you think the
stuff?
police are taking this haunting stuff?
Somebody swiped a horse off a carousel and now it's malfunctioning. The police don't think it's that big a deal, and frankly, neither do I.
That doesn't make any sense, though. Like, I get why you would think that, because you think like somebody would take a horse off and that would screw up the wiring. But if you've actually ever been on a carousel and if you've watched the top of the carousel, the horses themselves don't actually have any wiring through them. They're actually on kind of an axle, sort of an offset axle, sort of a thing. I'm doing motions with my hands like y'all can see it. They're on an offset axle, which so like the axle is actually being turned by a gear in the center of the carousel. Right, as the carousel goes round, it turns the offset axle running along the top, which in turn is what raises and lowers the horses. So swiping a horse off the carousel would not cause a wiring malfunction. That's just not how that would work. But what do I know? So do you think a carousel starts up by itself because some wires got damaged? Or what about the roller coaster?
So you think the carousel starts up by itself because some wires got damaged?
Makes sense to me. Of course, I'm no expert, and
You're
Ingrid
really
swears
not.
she can't find anything wrong with the carousel's electrical system. But then, I kinda think she doesn't want to.
Why do you say that?
Why do you say that?
She's the park's chief engineer.
Uh-huh.
Believes in all this wacky new age psychobiogenic stuff. Like if you
Okay.
eat food served by a waiter who's in a bad mood, you'll get scurvy or something.
Okay. Anyone else in the park?
Is anyone else in the park now?
Elliot Chen, he's the art director. Hardly ever see him. Busy guy. And Joy Trent, park bookkeeper. In fact, she's your next stop.
Why's
Why's
that?
that?
Miss Santos's orders. Joy pays all the bills, so she knows pretty much everything that's going on. Plus, she'll give you an access card. Miss Santos wants you to have the run of the place.
Nice! Finally, a case where they're like, oh, we've hired you. Have at! Do whatever. Certainly would help.
That would certainly help.
Wait, hang on. I know Joy won't give you one of these, so I will. Here you go. It's a Captain's Cove fun card. Lets you ride the rides and play the games on the midway. Come back to me if you burn through that one and need another.
Am I not supposed to have it?
Am I not supposed to have this?
Well, see, Joy's just kinda joyless. It'd never occur to her that you might want to have some fun while you're here. Of course, she's a newbie too, like me. Maybe she'll come around. Anyway, here's a map of the park. I put an X where Joy's office is.
Ooh, I see you have a security camera trained on the carousel.
I see you have a security camera trained on the carousel. Does that mean you got the theft of that carousel horse on tape?
We didn't start monitoring the carousel until after the theft.
Oh.
But we do have one of those so-called hauntings on tape. Want to see it?
Sure.
If it's not too much of a hassle.
I got the tape right here, all queued up. I played it for the police. Like I said before,
Very nice.
they weren't real impressed.
I love how proud he is that he played a tape for the
There's
police.
no sound, on the tape at least. The band organ started up when the carousel did. Stayed
So
on
there's
for
the
about 30
missing
seconds,
horse.
then stopped.
Did you notice the burst of static?
Did you notice that burst of static just before the carousel started to turn?
Probably just a glitch in the tape. We use them over and over.
Have you tried to prove your theory?
Have you tried to prove your screwed up wiring theory?
I ain't no cop. But now that you're here, maybe you can prove it for me.
So it's my job then.
I'll see you around.
Sounds good.
I don't really need to see the tape again. We know what's in there. Alright, so Joy is our next stop. Let's go. Hello?
Hello. Are you Nancy?
Yes, I am. You're Joy. Or so Miss Santos filled you in.
That's right. I'm Nancy Drew. So Ms. Santos has filled you in?
Yes, although I don't know who she thinks she's fooling.
Beg pardon?
Excuse me?
You're only here because it makes it look like Paula Santos had nothing to do with any of this cursed garbage.
Are you saying she did have something to do with it?
Are you saying she did have something to do with it?
I've seen how Paula runs the park. All she wants is to get more and more people through that gate.
Well,
And
yeah,
what better way to do that than with a carousel that's allegedly haunted?
I mean, I would agree with that, but the park has been shut down. So isn't that the opposite of what she wants?
But why would she sabotage the roller coaster? She can't make any money with a park shut down.
She probably just didn't know the park would be shut down.
Yeah, but if you sabotage the roller coaster, you can cause an injury, which would have caused it. It's a highly risky thing.
Have you ever confronted Ms. Santos with your suspicions?
Of course not. I don't want to get fired. Besides, nobody's been hurt. Except that glorified con artist who claims his neck got injured, Lance Huffington. And the truth is, Paula offered me this job because she knew I needed the money. And I'm not entirely ungrateful. My father died recently. His estate is in bankruptcy. He used to be co-owner of the park.
Really?
2 years ago, he suffered a huge financial setback, and he had to sell his share to Paula. When he died 2 months ago, he was flat broke. Paula could have bailed him out, but she didn't. Frankly, I think the reason she hired me was guilt.
Okay. Here's the thing. Paula might have had money, but that doesn't mean she could have bailed him out. And in a way, she did bail him out. She bought out his half of the park from him. That is bailing him out. Past that point, his financial problems were none of her business. If he had asked her for a loan, that would be one thing. Like if he had come to her and been like, hey, I need help, and she was just like, get lost loser, well then that would be one thing. But it doesn't sound like that's what he did. It sounds like he came to her. I need something from you real quick. I need to have, okay, yeah, I'm still alive. I need to have this particular issue resolved. I need you to buy out my half of the park for some quick cash. And she said, okay, sure. But just taking what she says at face value, okay? She says that Paula is behind the whole issue and that Paula is a greedy little delightful angel of a human being who let her father die without money. Two ways to take this statement. Number one, we can say Paula's a head suspect. She's doing this to get more people into the park, just like Joy says, and it's just because she's greedy. Number two, Joy's got an axe to grind here. And Joy could be behind it because Joy's got an axe to grind. So, supposed to get an access card? Let's change the tone, shall we? Ooh, am I frozen? Oh, I'm frozen. Hang on. Yep, it crashed. Hold up a second. Hold up. Give me one quick second. We'll get back there.
Welcome to my
We're just
latest
gonna have
case.
to
Dear
go
Ned,
from the
well,
beginning.
here I am at Captain's Cove Amusement Park.
Yep,
about to try to
we've
figure
been
out what's
here.
behind all the weird things that have been happening here lately. First, a horse just disappeared off the carousel one night. Then a little later, the carousel started spinning around all by itself in the dead of night, as if it was haunted or something. And then last week, the roller coaster suddenly stopped in mid-ride for no apparent reason. Nobody was seriously hurt, but the park was shut down until the city knows for sure what caused the accident. I'm here because Paula Santos, the park's owner, is a friend of Dad's. She's putting me up at the Captain's Quarters Hotel, which is next to the park. I'm supposed to head over there right now and meet with a security guard named Harlan Bishop. I hope I don't let Paula down. Wish me luck.
All right,
Ever
well-
yours, Nancy. P.S. There's a rumor going around that the park is cursed.
Okay.
Creepy, huh?
Cool. Yep. Creepy. Alright,
Will
let's
the young
go
lady-
back. Give Paula a call. Go through talking to Paula, and then we will be right back out. We're gonna speed run the intro here because glitches be glitches.
Paula Santos.
Hello, Miss Santos. It's Nancy Drew.
Hello. I was wondering when I'd hear from you. Have you been out to the park?
Yes,
Kind
I
of,
have.
more or
I
less.
forgot to tell you. All the rides are shut down except for the carousel. I thought you might need to see it in action. But please, take a good look at the roller coaster even if you can't ride it.
What did the police find when they looked at it?
They looked around for 5 minutes, then left. Said as long as the insurance company was going to investigate, why should they?
Well, I'll see what I can do, Miss Santos.
I can't wait to hear what you turn up. Call me as often as you like. My phone's on and with me 24/7. Oh, and one more thing. Call me Paula.
All right. Goodbye, Paula.
Okay. Just going to take a look at the stuff we looked at real quick. And I'm not gonna bother calling
A
her.
room service menu. All right.
We're fine. Alright, let's go meet Harlan.
Well, from the way you just marched right on in here past all those sorry we're closed signs, you're either who I think you are or you're one determined gatecrasher.
You must be Harlan. Paula Santos said you'd be expecting me.
Which
Thank
means
you.
you must be Nancy Drew, famous teen detective.
Substitute the word amateur for famous.
So she's a
And yes,
teenager
that's
here.
me.
I don't know, Miss
But
Santos
she's
seems to
supposed to
have a lot of
be
faith in you. Apparently more than she
In
does
college, in
in some
final
people around
scene.
here.
You're not offended that
So-
I'm here, are you?
Me? Nah. I'm
Does that
too
make
busy
her
to be
like
offended.
19,
Truth is, I begged
18,
Miss
somewhere
Santos to
around
keep
there?
me on while the park's closed. Even agreed to a pay cut.
You must really like your job.
I've only worked here for a couple of weeks. I figured staying on while the park was closed would help me get up to speed on all the equipment and such.
Where did you work before you came here?
Oh, I worked in a store, department store, you know, as a security guard. In Flemington, not around here.
How seriously do you think the police are taking this haunting stuff?
Somebody swiped a horse off a carousel and now it's malfunctioning. The police don't think it's that big a deal, and frankly, neither do I.
So you think
I
the
don't
carousel
think it's
starts up by
damaged
itself
wires.
because some wires got damaged?
It's impossible.
Makes sense to me. Of course, I'm no expert, and Ingrid swears she can't find anything wrong with the carousel's electrical system. But then, I kinda think she doesn't want to.
Why do you say that?
She's the park's chief engineer. Believes in all this wacky new age psychobiogenic stuff. Like if you eat food served by a waiter who's in a bad mood, you'll get scurvy or something.
Is anyone else in the park now?
Elliot Chen, he's the art director. Hardly ever see him. Busy guy. And Joy Trent, park bookkeeper. In fact, she's your next stop.
Why's that?
Miss Santos's orders. Joy pays all the bills so she knows pretty much everything that's going on. Plus, she'll give you an access card. Miss Santos wants you to have the run of the place.
That would certainly help.
I know I'm
Wait,
being
hang
quiet
on.
for this
I know
one. I'm
Joy
just
won't
trying to
give you
kind
one
of
of these,
speed
so
run it
I
as
will.
quickly as
Here
I
you
can.
go. It's a Captain's Cove fun card. Lets you ride the rides and play the games on the midway. Come back to me if you burn through that one and need another.
Am I not supposed to have this?
Well, see, Joy's just kinda joyless.
I'm just kinda
It'd
trying to
never occur
speed
to her
these
that you
because
might
we've
want
already
to
been
have some
through
fun
this.
while you're here. Of course,
So I'm
she's a
sorry if I'm
newbie
being a
too,
little
like
too
me.
quiet. I'm just trying
Maybe
to
she'll
speed
come
run
around.
this.
Anyway, here's a map of the park. I put an X where Joy's office is.
I see you
All
have
right,
a
let's
security
go.
camera trained on the carousel. Does that mean you got the theft of that carousel horse on tape?
We didn't start monitoring the carousel until after the theft, but we do have one of those so-called hauntings on tape. Want to see it?
That'd be great.
I got the tape right here all queued up. I played it for the police. Like I said before, they weren't real impressed.
He's so proud of himself. I played it for the police.
There's no sound, on the tape at least. The
So
band
does it
organ
make
started
one
up when the
full
carousel
rotation?
did. Stayed on for about 30 seconds, then stopped.
I'm watching this sleigh. No. Well, not really. Okay.
Did you notice that burst of static just before the carousel started to turn?
Probably just a glitch in the tape. We use them over and over.
Have you tried to prove your screwed up wiring theory?
I ain't no cop. But now that you're here, maybe you can prove it for me.
I'll see you around.
Have fun.
Okay. Let's head over to Joy.
Hello.
Get the start of
Are
her
you Nancy?
conversation out of the way.
That's right. I'm Nancy Drew. So Ms. Santos has filled you in?
Yes, although I don't know who she thinks she's fooling.
Excuse me?
You're only here because it makes it look like Paula Santos had nothing to do with any of this cursed garbage.
Are you saying she did have something to do with it?
Are you saying she did have something to do with it?
I've seen how Paula runs the park. All she wants is to get more and more people through that gate. And what better way to do that than with a carousel that's allegedly haunted?
But why would she sabotage the roller coaster? She can't make any money with the park shut down.
She probably just didn't know the park would be shut down.
Have you ever confronted Ms. Santos with your suspicions?
Of course not. I don't want to get fired. Besides, nobody's been hurt, except that glorified con artist who claims his neck got injured, Lance Huffington. And the truth is, Paula offered me this job because she knew I needed the money, and I'm not entirely ungrateful. My father died recently. His estate is in bankruptcy. He used to be co-owner of the park. 2 years ago, he suffered a huge financial setback, and he had to sell his share to Paula. When he died 2 months ago, he was flat broke. Paula could have bailed him out, but she didn't. Frankly, I think the reason she hired me was guilt.
So, tonal shift.
Right. I'm supposed to get an access card from you?
Here you go. That should get you into all the private areas of the park. But if you run into problems, don't come to me. Ask the chief engineer, Ingrid Corey. Her office is by the haunted house. The only other people in the park right now are Harlan Bishop and the art director, Elliot Chin. His studio is right by the treasure chest souvenir shop. But try not to bug him.
Is he temperamental? Does he not like to be disturbed?
Does he not like to be disturbed?
He's behind in his work and needs to catch up. Ms. Santos has been getting on my case about it. Well, I think you have everything, so if you'll excuse me.
Oh, right. Thanks for all your help. Sorry if I disturbed you.
Okay. So she thinks it's Paula doing all this. Now, I did say I was going to go check out the coaster first chance I get. So let's go check out the coaster.
This takes an employee access card. I wonder what the deal is with this red tag.
Okay, I guess my first stop is not going to be the coaster. Hello?
Looking for someone?
If you're Ingrid Corey, not anymore. I'm Nancy Drew, trying to help Miss Santos.
I'm Nancy Drew. I'm trying to help Ms. Santos figure out why so many weird things have been happening around here lately. Do you have time to talk?
Sure. Oh my. You've got B3 issues.
Okay.
I do?
Vitamin B3, niacin. The vibe you're giving off tells me you're low. Nothing that some natural peanut butter on a slice of whole wheat bread once a day won't fix.
That's okay.
Thanks for the advice. How long have you worked here?
A little less than 2 years.
Well,
I
let's
started out in
change the
maintenance and worked my
subject.
way up. I've held the supervisory position for the last 10 months.
Do you have any idea what caused the roller coaster accident?
Do you have any idea what caused that roller coaster accident?
Someone stole a horse off the carousel and now the park is cursed.
Okay. Ms. Santos. You said to call you Paula. 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 Honey, you're the engineer of the park. I get that you believe in the supernatural and ghosts and curses. I get that you believe that. Cool. But tell me you at least looked at the circuitry. Tell me you did that, right? You did do that, right? Oh. Okay. Oh. Oh. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, we're gonna have some fun with you, ain't we? So, you think the curse thing is real, or why would someone steal a horse? She obviously thinks the curse thing is real, so let's go with horse.
Why would someone steal a carousel horse?
Money. I hear they can be very valuable.
Really? Could I see the blueprints of the roller coaster so you can show me exactly where the track stopped? Ooh, both of these are good. Let's start with the roller coaster.
Could I see the blueprints of the roller coaster so you can show me exactly where on the track it stopped?
I've looked all over for those blueprints and can't find them anywhere.
Ah.
I'm sure one of the other engineers knows where they are, but I'm afraid I don't. Sorry.
And that's not a problem for you? That's not a problem for you. Like, this is supposed to be the supervisor of the park. She doesn't know where the blueprints are, and she doesn't care. Paula, I think we need to talk about your employees. Well, how well do you know Harlan Bishop? I take a closer look at the roller coaster. Let's start with Bishop.
How well do you know Harlan Bishop?
I know he's an ex-bouncer from Trenton.
Really?
I also know it drives him nuts that this is one of the few places in the park he doesn't have a key for.
Okay, so here's the thing. He told us he worked security at a department store. And as she's saying, he worked as a bouncer in Trenton. So he told us I worked at a department store in Flemington. And now we're getting, no, he was an ex-bouncer in Trenton. I mean, it's possible that he's just had multiple jobs and just bounced around. But most people generally tend to stay within the same city when they get a job. Right? Like most people will try to look for a job close to or near a specific city. Like they might go from city to city to city. But, well, if I can use New York as an example, you might go from Queens to Brooklyn. Kind of thing. But you're still gonna stay pretty close to home. You're not going to want to, like, go get a new house every time you have to get a new job or an apartment or whatever every time you get a new job. Unless maybe he's part of the van life movement, but that didn't start until, like, 2020, and this game came out in, like, 2000, I want to say it was 2003. 2003, 2004, somewhere around there. So, this is about 20 years before the van life movement became a thing. So, it would be weird for him to just get a new job. Do you mind having to work during the shutdown?
Do you mind having to work during the shutdown?
Not a bit. Keeping those card readers functioning is practically a full-time job all by itself. Plus, I happen to adore my job.
Well, all right.
I'd like to take a closer look at the roller coaster, but the access card reader doesn't work. It's got this red tag on it.
Right. I was in the process of upgrading its main circuitry board. I'm afraid you're going to have to wait until I finish here. Unless you'd like to do it for me.
I'm sorry, say what now? I'm sorry, I was grabbing a quick hit of caffeinated Kool-Aid. Ingrid Quarry Engineer, say what? That's right. That's right. That's right. We have an 18, maybe somewhere between, like, say, because they called me a teenager. So that's got to put me somewhere around 17 to 18 ranges. So you've got, at best, a 19-year-old amateur investigator in front of you. So what's the first thing you do? Hey, would you like to do high-level electrical work? I'm sure you can do it. You'll be fine. Yeah, sure. I'm sure I can handle it too.
I'm game, but needless to say, I've never done it before.
It's not exactly brain surgery.
Oh,
All you
no,
have
it's
to do
just
is find the schematic
electronics.
inside the reader. Here's the new macro resistor. When you see the board, you'll be able to see where it goes. You'll need to solder it in place, which means you're going to have to get my soldering gun from Elliot Chen. Here's the engineering handbook I put together. If you have questions about park-related electronics, it'll answer them. Keep it as long as you like. When you're all done, remove the red tag and take it to Harlan. That way he'll know it's safe to turn the power back on to the reader.
That's not my cell phone. It must be yours. Are you going to answer it?
No, that would be rude. I'll just call them back.
Fair enough.
So, once you get that tool from Elliot, you should be all set.
Thank you.
Thanks for your help.
Remember, niacin.
Can I go snooping your desk? That's a very fancy car. I mean,
Do you mind?
Sorry.
no, don't mind at all, actually. Why do you ask? Okay. I gotta go get a soldering gun from Elliot Chen. Because don't worry, it's not rocket science, it's just electrical engineering. You know, I just went to school for it for, what, 15 years? I didn't, I'm saying she did. It's like she obviously had to have gone to school for electrical engineering, but, you know, let's just give it to a teenager. It'll be fine. I'm sure nothing bad'll happen.
Hang on, I'll be right with you.
Take your time. Uh-oh.
Out. And do not come back unless and until Joy Trent calls me. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, I guess we go back to Joy now. Hi, Joy.
Who are you and what are you doing?
Who
Hi.
said that?
Hi.
I said that over here on top of the cabinet.
What the?
Keep going. Over here.
What the?
Please
Hi.
identify yourself.
You're a robot made with an easy bake oven. I'm a detective named Nancy. And
I'm a
you are?
detective named Nancy Drew. And you are?
I am.
Miles, the magnificent memory machine!
I receive and process video and audio input and make appropriate pre-programmed verbal responses.
Who programmed you?
Who programmed you?
It is my turn to ask a question. Nancy Drew. Why are you here when Joy is not?
I need to leave a message.
As a matter of fact, I need to leave a message for her.
There is a pad for leaving messages on the desk.
So who did program
So,
you?
who programmed you?
Responding to the non-Joy entity is an unnecessary drain on my power units and is heretofore disallowed.
What does that mean? Hello? Miles? I guess it means he's not gonna talk to me anymore.
Okay. Fun.
Hmm. like stenography. It's a memo about one of the carousel horses being sold. I wonder which horse.
To Martin Gazer of the Art Department from Milton Fowler. Resale. Date July 14th. CCAP has agreed to sell the horse named... yeah. The horse will be removed from the ride on August 3rd. Therefore, it must be replaced immediately. Please find out how much this will cost and when you can deliver it. I need this information by end of day Tuesday. M. Okay, I guess I'm taking that with me. What else can I snoop on?
I can use this to leave a note for Joy to call Elliot.
Thank you. Can I snoopy doopy? Oh, look! Sheldon Russo's Galaxy Ballroom and Carousel. Only at Captain's Cove, New Jersey. The original Sheldon Russo's Galaxy Ballroom.
So, the haunted house used to be the ballroom. That's interesting.
Converting the ballroom in winter of 1961 to 1962. And a haunted house upon completion in the summer of 1962. Interesting. Victim of coaster accident files $1 million lawsuit against Park. Lance Huffington, 37, is suing Captain Cove's amusement park for $1 million as a result of neck injuries he allegedly suffered while riding the roller coaster at the park last week. Huffington, a salesperson at Maddie's pre-owned car company, was a passenger on the Tidal Terror roller coaster when it suddenly lost power, slid backwards, and stopped. He claims that the sudden stop caused his head to snap backwards then forward, and that this whiplash effect caused severe trauma to soft tissue in his neck. The lawsuit seeks compensation for medical costs, pain and suffering, and emotional distress. Police say that no injuries, including Huffington's, were reported at the time of the incident. Huffington alleges that it is not uncommon for whiplash victims to be unaware of the injuries until later. The next day, that's when it hit me. I woke up and I couldn't move. The pain was so bad, said Huffington. It's still bad, and the doctors say that I may have to wear this neck brace for the rest of my life. I'm not trying to soak anybody. I just want what's fair. The owner of the park, Paula Santos, declined to comment on the lawsuit. The park was closed immediately after the incident to allow a thorough inspection of the roller coaster. The cause of the accident has not been determined. That would be weird because you wouldn't close down the entire theme park for that, I wouldn't think. Blast off! Night of the Bucket. You would just close down the coaster itself. Oh, hey, yes. How's it going? Really? Oh, okay. I will try and alter my mic settings then. Hang on, this is going to be weird because this game is hard to capture. I should have saved that first. Oh well, we'll crank that up. We'll crank this down, see if that helps, and pray the game didn't crash. Okay. Didn't crash. We're good. Alright, so that's better? Okay. Yeah, I just had to crank my volume all the way up. Yeah, the older Nance games are really hard to capture. Like, super hard to capture. I tend to keep my mic a little bit low because, like, I can get loud. And I tend to push my sliders like straight up into the red, but I guess it's too quiet for people. I don't know, it's weird. Anyway, I'm glad it sounds better though. I'm glad it's working better. I will get loud though. Alright, we've got another one.
I should give Detective Paris a call.
Ooh. They're going to give Detective Paris a call. Pacoa finds hidden treasure at Captain's Cove. The Orbiter...
Jewels. Maybe that's what whoever stole that carousel horse was after.
Ooh.
Jewels from that heist.
The Orbiter turned into Mike DeSalle's favorite amusement park ride yesterday when he found close to $50,000 worth of jewelry hidden in the padding that lines the ride's backrests. I felt something sharp when I strapped in, said 19-year-old DeSalle. By the time the ride was over, I thought for sure whatever it was, it totally stuck itself into my shoulder. Assuming someone had placed rocks in the padding as a joke, DeSalle examined the backrest and found a small slit at its top edge, and through it managed to pull out the offending object. 3 necklaces and a pearl necklace, and 2 jewel-studded gold bracelets. Well, I knew they were real right away, he said. Fakes just don't sparkle like that. He turned his find over to the police like a good boy. But, who quickly discovered that the jewelry was indeed real. It had been among the items stolen when a thief broke into the safe at the Captain's Quarter Hotel 3 years ago. Despite the fact that the man suspected of the theft is currently serving time at the state penitentiary for for unrelated crimes, none of the stolen items have ever been found until yesterday. The man in charge of the investigation 3 years ago, veteran police detective K.J. Paris, recalls that the thief made his getaway by running throughout the park. Paris now suspects that the reason the loot has never turned up is because the thief stashed the jewelry in various places throughout the park. So he says he could return for it days, months, even years later. For his honesty, DeSalle received a $2,000 reward from the Warwick Insurance Company and a lifetime certificate for a room at the captain's quarters. Some pretty valuable stuff could still be hidden in the park, Paris said. But before people start tearing up the rides looking for it, they should be advised that I'll be watching. Ooh. Okay, well, see you, Miles. Hope things go well for you. Elliot. Hello?
Hi, Nancy. It's Paula Santos.
Hi, Paula.
I just had a thought. There's a newspaper article and photo in Joy's office that I want you to be sure to take a look at. They're in a frame on the wall.
I think I've seen them.
I may have seen them. What are they about?
They're a little piece of park history.
Ooh.
The guy in the photo found a bunch of jewels that had been stolen in a heist years ago and stashed away on one of the rides at Captain's Cove. The police said there was a good chance more jewels would turn up.
Oh. So maybe that's why somebody stole the carousel horse, because there were jewels hidden inside it? Has anyone ever found anything?
Has anyone else ever found anything?
Not that I know of. But then there's a lot of dishonest people out there. Somebody else may have found something and just never reported it.
Okay, that's fair.
Anyway, I called the detective that was in charge of the investigation back then. His name is K.J. Paris. He's going to call you. Oops, I gotta run. I just wanted to give you a heads up.
Okay.
All right. Goodbye, Paula.
Hi.
Sorry, can't talk. Busy, busy, busy.
Okay, so no. He has not spoken to Joy yet.
Mind if I look at this?
No, go right ahead.
A book on carousels. Cool.
By Melvin A. Schwartz, famous carousel carvers. The golden age of carousels began in the late 1800s and ended in the early 1930s with the Great Depression. During that period, 3 different carousel styles emerged. To the trained eye, these styles are as distinct as a fingerprint. Fantastic factoid. The horse on the outside, just in front of the chariot on the carousel, is called the lead horse. In front of or the behind? Anyway. This horse is usually the biggest and most exquisitely carved horse on the carousel. The horses that Charles I.D. Loof carved tended to be very fanciful, with flashy, often jewel-encrusted saddles and bridles. MC Illusions and Charles Caramel also carved horses that were less than realistic. Frozen in highly animated poses, Stein and Goldstein carousel horses were known for their big buckles and lack of forelocks. A fantastic factoid, some carvers carved only the heads and left others craftsmen carve the rest of the horse. A Philadelphia style, these carousel horses are very realistic, with many sporting armor and other other military gear. I'm not going to bother. The carousel that the Denzel company built often included horses with human faces carved somewhere on their sides, which would not be weird or freaky at all. The Philadelphia Toboggan Company was not founded by carvers. As a result, its carousels display many variations of the Philadelphia style. Fantastic factoid, most horses that are mounted on permanent carousels have tails made of real horsehair. Ooh, fun. Daniel and Alfred Mueller of the D.C. Mueller and Bro Company were famous for their exceptionally intricate and realistic carousel figures. One of the company's founders, Daniel Mueller, is often said to be the best carver of horses ever. Those familiar with Rolf Kessler's work might disagree. Driven by dark moods and odd convictions, Kessler worked by himself, creating carousels on a freelance basis. Some people found the intense expressions of Kessler's creations to be a little too realistic. Fantastic factoid! A carousel horse was carved out of many pieces of wood that were held together with glue and small dowels, never nails, because they would rust. A horse's leg would be made out of as many as 6 pieces of wood. A number of companies specialized in carousels that could be effortlessly moved from one place to another. The carousel horses they created were relatively simple in appearance, so that they could be produced quickly and moved with minimal breakage. Armitage, Herschel, and Spielman were known for this style, and the carousels of C.W. Parker Amusement Company were seen throughout the American heartland in the early 1900s. Oh, we've got a couple of fantastic factoids here. Horses were carved out of soft hardwood, like basswood. Isn't soft hardwood a bit of a, can't think of the word now. Contradiction of forms. Anyway, this wood is soft enough to carve easily, but hard enough to stand up to a lot of wear. The side of the horse that faced out was most seen by the public is called its romantic side, since it was the most visible side. It usually included much more detail than the inner side. So yeah, we've got like the sun piece, and the bridle looks all decorative. A history of the carousels. Carousels, or merry-go-rounds, evolved from games people in the Middle Ages used to play on horseback. In the 12th century, the Spanish named one of these games Carousel, which meant little war. By the 17th century, carousel amongst the French royalty meant a festive day of contests on horseback. In one of these contests, riders would try to spear a small ring with their lance while galloping past it at full speed. To practice for this event, noblemen would straddle a wooden horse that hung from an arm and was attached to a center pole. As this center pole and arm turned, powered by horse, mule, or servant, the rider would try to steer a small stationary ring mounted on the outside of the machine. Eventually, the word carousel referred to this machine rather than the pageant on horseback that it inspired. By the mid-1800s, men, women, and children of all social classes were clamoring to ride the contraption by which this name included several rows of wooden horses. Fantastic factoids coming up, and then we'll continue the passage. Early in the 20th century, Ryder rode the carousel for the cool breeze it generated and for the thrill of riding something going fast. A full, get this, 7 miles an hour. Oh, what a thrill! Carousel horses were often named. Their names would appear on the inside of their bridles, like Foxfire here. Innovations occurred rapidly after the carousel became steam-driven. Ooh, I can read. In 1870. By the early 1900s, the carousel looked pretty much the way it does today. Interesting to note that English carousels rotated clockwise, while carousels in America and the rest of Europe rotated in a counterclockwise direction. This is because the English thought it was important that riders be encouraged to mount from the proper side, the horse's left side. Also, the game of trying to grab the brass ring was never popular in England. In the United States, moving counterclockwise allowed the carousel riders to use their right hands to reach for the ring as they went by. Fantastic factoids! The menagerie figures such as tigers, dogs, giraffes, and even frogs were found alongside horses on carousels in the late 19th century. But by 1920, these figures were on their way out because the carousel makers realized that many children were frightened of them and preferred to ride the horses. The horses on the outside are bigger and more ornate than horses on the inside, so they can be seen from a distance and will attract potential customers. Oh, this book is still going. I thought that was going to be the end of it. Oh boy. What on earth is a band organ anyway? By 1920, most carousels in the United States were treating their customers not just to a cool, refreshing breeze as they rode, but to a bright, lively sounds of that distinctively American invention known as the band organ. A band organ is a mechanical device, meaning that someone doesn't have to play it. Rather, it produces music by mechanical means. In a very simple terms, air supplied by a bellows at the bottom of the organ is forced through pipes which produce musical notes in relation to holes punched in a roll of paper. A variety of pipes can be activated at one time, along with drums, cymbals, and so that their music sounds much like that of a small military band. Hence the name band organ. Most people think the music they hear when they ride the carousel is a calliope music. A calliope, however, is a totally different machine. Do not continue to get them confused. Honestly, I would be so upset. Designed to attract attention, the high-pitched flute-like calliope tunes are usually heard at the circus. See, I told you they're different. Some antique band organs house speakers that simply broadcast pre-recorded music. But some still use the traditional, but fragile, paper rolls. While in others, the pipes are activated according to digitally recorded patterns. So AI generated, am I right? Some band organs can go back and forth between the old way of playing tunes and the new improving. and the new, improving the likelihood that as long as there are carousels, there will always be band organ music. I tried to make him kind of stuck up. I don't know if it worked. He still won't talk to me. Ooh, what's this?
Could I have some of these tissue strips?
Be my guest.
Mine. Anything else?
I can use this to measure.
I can use that to measure. That's helpful. Or it will be. It will be. Hello.
Wow, 360 board feet. That's a lot of wood.
360 board feet of 1-inch basswood. That is a lot. I am taking that. That is evidence now.
May I help you?
No, I'm good. I'm just nosing through all your stuff. Cool. Hope you don't mind. Just kidding. I don't care.
Wow, a lathe.
Cool. It's almost like I'm in a professional artist shop or something. I don't think he will talk. I feel like the music is a bit loud on this one.
Dear Ned, well, here I am.
That explains why I feel like the music is a bit loud on this
What's
one.
behind all the weird things that have been happening here lately? Dear Ned, well, here I am at Captain's Cove.
That explains why I think the music is a bit loud, because for some reason by default they have the music turned all the way up. Okay, cool. Fine. Fun. Let's go fix the roller coaster. Apparently, we should be able to fix the roller coaster. Why we're letting a teenager work with roller coasters is beyond me, but alright. Here we go. Are we ready for a long read? The most important rule in working with... I'm sorry, I should do this as Ingrid, right? The most important rule in working with electrical equipment is to make sure that all power sources are connected or turned off before working on any electricity. Serious injury or death can occur from careless work. I kid you not. Okay, so... my sister Kat worked paint crew at the high school I went to before I did. She was working paint crew one year with her friend Red. And Red and Kat walked into a room where there was a guy on janitorial staff. He was part-time. He was actually Sunshine's cousin. That's a whole nother thing, right? He was working on changing a ballast and a light, but he had the lights on so he could see. And the two of them walk in there and they see him with a screwdriver sticking it towards the ballast of the light. And Red screams and turns off the light. And this guy just kind of looks around and goes, huh? What? He was not known for his intelligence. Dude almost electrocuted himself. And Red was like, oh my gosh, are you insane? Turn off the electricity to the room. And he was like, well, if I do that, I can't see. And Kat was just like, okay, we're going to go get you a flashlight. And you're going to put a flashlight up there. Oh my gosh, he was not known for being the sharpest tool in the shed. But anyway, fun. So, resistors.
Emotional damage.
Yeah. Yeah, oh no, oh, yeah, he was a delightful young man. He's alive! He's still alive, by the way, so props to him. He didn't die that day. I'm sure he learned a lot better. But he was not known back then for being the quickest thinking dude. But, resistors reduce the amount of voltage or current in an electrical circuit. Think of resistors as a dam holding back the electrical power. Resistors have different values. The value of the resistors is measured by ohms. Below are some of the commonly used resistors. So we have green, brown, yellow. So we have a 5 ohm resistor. Okay. Got to keep that in mind. The amount of total resistance depends on how the resistors are placed. Resistors can be placed in a series or in parallel. If several resistors are placed in series after each other, one after the other, then total resistance is the sum of the resistors' values. So we need to know how many resistors we're dealing with, right? Oh, I guess we're talking to Paris now.
Captain's Cove Police Department.
Hi!
Paula Santos asked me to call you. Said it concerned that heist out at Captain's quarters 23 years ago.
It does! I was thinking maybe the reason somebody stole a horse was for the jewels, or... Ooh.
Yes. Do you by any chance know
I
what
love to
happened
end with
the man
questions.
who pulled off that heist?
He died in prison about a year ago. I never did figure out where he stashed the rest of the loot. Although I'm still convinced it's somewhere in that amusement park.
Could he have stashed it in the stolen carousel horse? Could he have told somebody else where he stashed it?
Could he have told somebody else where he stashed it? Like a cellmate or something?
Sure, that's possible. I see what you're getting at. That carousel horse may have been stolen because he told somebody he'd stashed some loot inside it. I'll tell you
How?
The thief's name was Chaz Dunning. I'll make some calls, try to see if there was somebody he confided in before he died. Somebody who was recently released.
I'm sure Paula would be appreciated. You know what? That would be fantastic.
Would be fantastic.
Well, as soon as I know something, you'll know something.
Thanks, Detective Paris. It was great talking to you.
Ditto.
Huh. Alright, so we need to know how many resistors are on
This
here.
takes an employee access card.
No, I need to know how many resistors are in here. Okay. Oh, that's a lot. Alright, so we have brown, black, black, orange, black, black, and a green. Here we go. So brown, black, black is 10, orange, black, black is 30, and we have 5. So that's 45 is going to be the total. Alright, then the total resistance is the sum of the resistors' values. In the diagram above, there are 3 resistors with values of 10, I'm going to say 10, 30, and 100. The total resistance is 140 ohms. Resistors placed in parallel, i.e. in separate circuits that meet up later, have more complex formulas to compute total resistance on a circuit. Have a more complex formula to compute total resistance on a circuit. Consult your manager on this issue. When repairing or adding a piece of equipment, be sure to examine the specific instructions for the resistance required for the board. And that's the dress code. Alright, I'm not going to worry about the dress code. Let's talk. Now, I called the service to request an upgrade for the card reader below as a schematic for the circuit as it currently stands. The resistors are in parallel, waiting for delivery of the macro resistor. I split the circuit to allow easy soldering of the macro resistor once it comes in. Thank you, Nick. Yeah, no, I can read that. Absolutely. I know what a D1 is and an S1 push button is. Yeah, no. Makes perfect sense. Chromemeister called and said the total resistance for the upgrade has to be 15 ohms. They said the micro resistor will give 5 of the resistance. So whoever's hooking the thing up should hook the resistors up in series. Alright, so we have to hook it up in series. Which means what? Where are we putting this bad boy? Right here? Right here. Okay, I still don't have the soldering gun from Elliot Chen, though, is the problem. Is I have that, but I still don't have the soldering gun from Chen. Hello? Can you talk to me now?
Can't talk. Busy, busy, busy.
No, but seriously, I need to, Joy!
I really do need to get this work done.
Right. Sorry.
Okay. Cool. I guess we'll just go to the carousel then, since nobody's talking to me. So this is interesting. This is not a horse like the rest of them, right? This is a zebra. But this is the one that was stolen. So according to the book, the first horse behind the carousel is considered the lead horse, which would mean the lead horse is the one that was stolen. Okay, let's go in here. What have we got? I can't because there's no power to the card readers. Cool! That's fine. That's not disappointing. I don't know what you're talking about. Fine, let's go to the midway. Fine. 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 Please insert your fun pass. We're gonna play Swimmer's Itch.
I can win a seahorse.
Yay!
To Swimmer's Itch.
Yeah.
You have 4 fun credits left on your card, by the way.
Woo!
Now get the swimmer to the beach.
Cool. This is a slider puzzle. Yeah, this is really easy. I can play with a little bit of hard, I think. Maybe. We'll see. Okay. If I put that all the way down, I could put that all the way up, but then I could only put this partially up. Ooh, okay. Put this all the way down there. Put this up there, put that up there. Boom! I got it! Okay, so then what do we want to do here? We need to move this guy. This gets us nothing. Watch me fail this, because why not? What about putting that? We can put that all the way down. We can put this over. Does that get me anything? I mean, not really, but also not really. Okay. Yeah, I know, I see ya. Okay. Yeah, but like I can switch that over, but I can't move these guys. I can move that, and then I can move this. Doesn't get me anything, though. Plans. Yep. Nope. Alright. No good. So it's like the problem is I've got to get this guy up here. And I can't do that. So I shouldn't probably have messed with hard mode, but it's life. What do you want here? If I do this, we can pull this back here. But then I can't move these guys at all. But I can move those. I can move this. We can put that there, these here, this up there, that down there, this over here. Well, yeah, that's fine. That's fine, that's fine. We'll just redo it.
You're about to play Swimmer's Itch.
Thank you.
Have 3 fun credits left on your
I don't understand why they give you so few fun credits per card. That doesn't get, that gets me. It's like, oh, you only have 4 fun credits on a card. Why? Is it to force you to go back to Harlan all the time? Is that what it is? It forces you to go back to Harlan constantly? Thank you. I like slider puzzles usually. Not the one slidey puzzle, but this kind. Done! You win! Woo! Thank you. Okay, let's take a look at Squid Toss.
Time to play Squid Toss.
Squid Toss is hard.
In case you were wondering, you have 2 fun credits left on your card. Catapult the squid through the hoop.
Okay. I feel like it should go this way and be... Trout might work. Too much power. Okay. Gonna have to do it again.
Ahoy, matey! Welcome to the Squid Toss.
All right.
After this, you'll just have 1 fun credit left on your card. Catapult the squid through the hoop.
So 1 over and down to shrimp. Okay. No, I got it. All right. Over that way. 1 and shrimp. Okay, so then we're going to go 2 that way and say dolphin. 1 too far. Okay. Over the other way by 1 and say dolphin. Okay. You're gonna keep my card.
How about a game of Squid Toss? Uh-oh. You are using your last fun credit, so I'm keeping your card. That's no problem. Just get a new one. Catapult the squid through the hoop.
Alright. That's fine. Dolphin. Oh, I'm sorry. This is shrimp over 1. Go. Got it. Dolphin over 1. Got it. Whale over 1. Got it. Boom! Over that way. 1 and whale. Just in case I decide I want to do that one again. Well, I guess I better go back to Harlan.
Hey, Nancy, what's up?
So I think I got off on the wrong foot with
I'm
Elliot.
afraid I got off on the wrong foot with Elliot. spilled paint all over something he'd been working on.
No, I'm pretty sure I just spilled it on his floor.
The guy's already about a month behind in his work.
Why is he so far behind?
Any idea why he's so far behind?
He's a procrastinator. Doesn't really like to work, so he does whatever he can to avoid it. Puts things off to the last minute. Me, I get stuff done right away. You do too, I'll bet.
So is he in danger? Has he always been behind? Ooh, these are both good. Ooh, these are both really good. Has he always been behind?
Well, I try. Has he always been behind?
I guess he was doing okay up until about a month ago.
Really?
If he doesn't get caught up like fast, he's gonna be waving bye-bye like soon.
Oh, so his job is in danger, but he was doing fine until about a month ago. When did the carousel horse go missing? Does anybody remember? I think it was only a couple of days ago, though, so... What would have happened a month ago?
I seem to have used up all the fun on my fun pass. Did you say I could get another one?
I certainly did. Here you go. Enjoy.
Alright, see you around.
I'll see you around.
Have fun.
Don't need to see the haunting tape again. We're good. So it's like, why do they, like, give you so few points on the fun pass? That I don't get. Can I go talk to Elliot now?
Wow, Mr.
Yes!
Destructo returns.
Thank you. Sorry.
I'm really sorry about what happened before.
These things happen. So, I hear you're out to solve the curse of Captain's Cove.
How do you explain what's been going on? Or what do you think? Ooh, these are both very good. Well, I'm here for the roller coaster accident more than the carousel, right?
What do you think caused the roller coaster accident?
That was no accident. It was sabotage.
Really?
Why do you say that?
Because I'm pulling your leg, that's why. Come on, what do I know? I'm just an artist. Go ask our naturopathic engineer person.
So he's not a fan of Ingrid either. Like, he doesn't hate her, but he's not her biggest fan either.
Do you have any idea who stole that horse off the carousel?
Somebody who's into junk.
Interesting.
That's odd. Ingrid said carousel horses can be very valuable.
Well, when they're the original horses, they can be valuable, yes, but I was talking about the one that was stolen. It was not an original.
It wasn't?
20 years ago, somebody bought one of the horses off the carousel. The guy who owned the park back then commissioned some hack to replace it.
And that's the horse that was stolen.
And that's the horse that was stolen. The replacement?
Right.
Huh. Interesting, right? We know that there was a horse sold off the carousel, right? Because we found that piece of paper in Joy's office. And we know that somebody was commissioned to replace it because that's what the page in Joy's office said. But the thing is if the horse that was stolen was the replacement horse off the carousel, why is there a random zebra? Right? Because the zebra doesn't fit in with the rest of the horses. And the zebra is not the one that was stolen. So why is there a random zebra? Was that one just like, oh yeah, that one was just damaged beyond repair, so we replaced it with a random zebra? I mean, I guess it's possible. That one was just vandalized and then, like, replaced with a random zebra. So, the fact that the park is shut down must be kind of a relief to you. Ingrid said you have her soldering gun. I do need the soldering gun. Do you see much of the other people working during the shutdown? And I found there were people.
Do you see much of the other people who are working during the shutdown? Like Joy Trent or that security guard, Harlan Bishop?
Nah. Joy Trent, she's like invisible even when she's visible, if you get my drift.
Hmm.
And that rent-a-cop, I've got no desire to see anything of him.
Why do you say that?
Why do you say that?
Dude is way too eager to make my business his business, that's all.
So he thinks that Harlan's nosy. Okay. I do need the soldering gun. Let's talk about the receipt.
I found this receipt on the floor. Looks like you bought a lot of basswood recently.
I'll take that, thank you.
No, I will be keeping that, thank you. I am here to investigate. I will be keeping it. If you need it turned over to Paula or Ingrid, I will do that once the investigation is complete. Thank you. So Ingrid said you have her soldering gun.
You have her soldering gun. I need to get it from you, if that's okay.
You bet. Here you go. Been meaning to return it to her, but I've been a little busy.
Great. Thanks. The fact that the park is shut down must be kind of a relief for you.
You mean because I'm behind in my work? I'd be lying if I said the shutdown wasn't helping me get caught up. Meeting deadlines has never been my forte, but I certainly hope
I mean, that's common for artists.
I arranged for the park to be shut down by somehow manufacturing this curse thing, because that would be ridiculous.
I'll let you get back to work.
Keep it real.
So I think he did, in fact, take the receipt from me. Yeah. Yeah, he took the receipt from me. Because he's like, ooh, that's mine. I'll have that back, please. And it's like, no, you won't. I'm sorry, I was hired to do an investigative job, so, no, you won't. I will be holding on to this. Okay. So they said this needs to be wired in series to work. So I'm going to assume what we've got here is we've got these have to be soldered. This has to be soldered. And that has to be soldered. All right. Does Nancy die? Yes or no?
That's not right.
No. But I also didn't do it right. I know it's not all of them. Okay. So those two connections work. Those two connections work. That works and that works. I mean, it would only make sense to put solder on all of them, but I'm pretty sure this gets me killed. Yep.
According to Ingrid, you not only fried that particular card reader, but you short-circuited the entire system.
Can we talk about the fact that Ingrid made me do this in the first place instead of getting it to herself?
As it were.
I'm not in the mood for lame jokes, Nancy, nor am I in the mood for paying for any more of your mistakes. So guess what? You're off the case.
Can we talk about the fact that Ingrid is the one who said, oh, just go ahead, do electrical engineering. It's easy. It's not a problem. It's not like you have to go to school for several years to become an electrical engineer. Nah, just go ahead and do it. It's easy.
That's still not right.
I mean, can we talk about that for like a minute?
There, that looks right.
I'm not sure how that's right. I don't get how this one works. But, you know. Brute force it, it'll go at some point. I don't get it.
What's up?
Could you turn the power back on?
Could you turn the power back on to the card reader outside the roller coaster? It's all fixed. Here's the tag.
You bet. I'll
Thank
just
you.
switch the circuit back on and you'll be all set.
Ingrid said you told her that you were a bouncer before you came to work here. In Trenton, not Flemington.
Right. I was. For a while. I've held almost every guard-type job there is. Lived in a lot of different places, too. Trenton, Jersey City, Flemington, Cape May.
It's a lot of travel for a couple of jobs.
See you around.
Sounds good.
Especially as, like, generally for security, if you're going to do security work, generally what you would do is I think you would go through a an agency of some sort. You usually you get hired on at a security agency. Well, I mean, I guess that could kind of check out. is he's worked for a particular agency, and they just keep, and since he's like, yeah, sure, I'm willing to relocate, they're just like, okay, well, go here, go there, go here, go there. As long as you say you're willing to relocate. All right, we did say we'd check out the coaster first chance we got, right? So here we go.
This looks like one of Joy's.
Ooh. A chewed pencil at the emergency stop, eh? Interesting.
Ow! I'm trapped.
And my foot is broken! Because that piece of track just crushed my foot!
Foot loose. I need to switch the track somehow. Looks like I have to reconnect these wires.
Okay. Green. Red. Blue.
Now I can turn the power on and see if there are 6 ways to connect these. I'll just have to try them all.
Okay. I forgot to turn the power off.
That's what Harlan said must have happened. I was out cold when he found me.
I can't afford to have you blundering around the park getting into accidents, Nancy. My insurance rates are high enough. In other words, you're off the case.
Well, I mean, you're the one who...
Ow! I'm trapped.
Okay, yep. I forgot to turn the power off.
Uh-oh.
Can we...
My foot loose. I need to switch the... Looks like I have to reconnect these wires.
Alright, so we know green, red, blue. So let's put red at the bottom,
Now I can turn
blue
the power
here.
on, and there are 6 ways to connect these. I'll just have to try them all.
Okay. So then, let's go green, red, or blue, red.
That's not right.
Okay. Let's go blue, red. Aha! Got it! Yeah. Also, my foot is now broken. Otherwise, I would have just, like, untied my shoe and slipped out. I feel like that would have been easier. Personally, it would have been like, oh my god, if I don't move, I'm going to get crushed. I have 2 choices. Play with electrical wires or untie my shoe. I'm going to untie my shoe. I'm just saying. I'm going to untie my shoe. It seems a little bit faster. Alright. So I did check out the coaster. No. Still can't get into anywhere with these nice card readers. Oh, Ingrid.
Hello?
Hi, Nancy.
Hi.
Jay Paris. I got some preliminary info on that jewel thief. You know Chaz Dunning?
Yes.
Wait, let's hear it.
Okay. Before he died, he got to be real good buddies with his cellmate at New Jersey State Prison.
Nice.
And his cellmate was paroled less than 2 months ago.
Ooh. You know his name?
Do you know the guy's name?
Well, apparently he's used a lot of aliases. The guy I talked to wasn't sure which name he was released under, but he did give me a description. Dark hair, medium build, clean shaven, heavy Jersey accent. Like I said, I'm still in the process of making calls. I just thought I'd let you know what I had so far.
Thanks, Detective. You've been a big help.
Well, that does sound like somebody we know, don't it? Sounds an awful lot like our friend, Harlan Bishop. I will be right back in just a second, though. I press exit like that's going to get me anything in this game. Give me 1 second and I will be right back. I will try to give you guys the break video. on that. Are you trying to help?
Wow, yeah. Jump in that snow. Run in that snow, doggy. Yeah.
Poor thing, it's up to her belly.
Yeah. Seems like she's having a ball, though.
She loves the deep snow. She absolutely loves the deep snow.
It's like, I don't know where to go. I'll just keep running.
I mean, like, she kind of hates it when it's just like, you know, a little bit of snow. But when it's deep like this, oh, she loves it.
There she goes.
Did she come back?
No, she's going fine.
It'll probably make him more anxious. Whatever happens here, he's over. You have no clue. You didn't see what we saw. I don't know. What exactly? Not sure. I'm not sure. The time has been so real to us. Now it's all gone. Maybe the fog.
Hey, I turned it off. Alright, that's it. Sorry about that. We're back. I almost pressed new game. That would have been very not good. Alright, let's talk to Ingrid.
Hello, Nancy. Still
Hello,
on pace, I
Ingrid.
see.
Oh, you know, I do my best. So, how well do you know Elliot? Does he borrow your tools a lot? Let's leave the access card thing till last.
How well do you know Elliot Chen?
Not very. But I've noticed he has a very strange aura. Very dark around the edges. Odd for an artist, but then it's nowhere near as dark as Joy's. Her aura's a mess.
Ooh, why do you think that is?
Why do you think that is?
She's hiding something. And she's hiding from something. Something very big and very dark. Plus, she eats way too many carbs. To say nothing of pencils.
Hey! As a fellow carb enthusiast, I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah, I eat way too much sugar. So I got your soldering gun.
Soldering gun from Elliot and fixed that card reader. Does he borrow your tools a lot?
Very rarely. He's not exactly a mechanical genius.
So why do you think he borrowed your tool this time? Or are we just gonna breeze over that,
I don't seem to be having
Nan?
much luck using my access card. Am I doing something wrong?
I deactivated most of the readers because of the shutdown. Soon as I get done here, I'll get them online again. Sorry. Hey, if you come across
Oh,
a pair
thank you
of
for the
pliers, hang
follow,
on to
Winter.
them,
I
okay?
appreciate
Mine are
it.
missing. Someone must have walked off with them.
Ingrid. Oh, Ingrid. We're back. Ingrid, my dear girl. What the heck kind of manager are you? Because my pliers are missing. Somebody walked off with them. Whatever. Oh, the roller. I would love to give you the roller coaster blueprints, but you know, somebody took them. Oh well. Elliot's got my soldering gun. Whatever. What kind of a manager are you? Paula, you need a new head engineer. I'm just saying.
Thanks for your help.
One open mind sees more than two open eyes.
She is horribly irresponsible. This is supposed to be the head engineer of your entire park. And she's just, I lost my pliers. I lost my soldering gun. I lost the blueprints to our roller coaster. Oh, was there an issue with our roller coaster? Must be haunted then. Okay, cool. Nope, the park's cursed. That's it. That's done. Paula, I know you only put Ingrid on as head engineer 10 months ago because she did say she just got this job 10 months ago. You chose poorly. There had to have been a better lead engineer, right? There had to have been a better lead engineer. Okay, why were we talking to Ingrid in the first place? Right, card readers. I needed her to turn on the power to the card readers. I'm there. I got distracted by how bad she is at her actual legitimate job. That's fine. All right, let's go. Can I get in now? Thank you. Okay. Cool. Ooh. Ooh.
Time to start crawling.
There's a crawl
This
space.
goes to the space underneath the carousel.
And it's all dirt. Who knew?
I wonder what that is.
Receiving signal. Transmit signal. Interesting.
If I don't move, I'm gonna get skewered.
All right, I moved, Nan.
There. Looks like a letter. I can't reach it.
Interesting. There's a letter up there. So there was something under the carousel. It says it's a signal receiver, though. But it has a transmit button, so maybe it's both. So I wonder if somebody is activating... Well, somebody would have to be activating the carousel by remote, right? Ooh, we can get a nice prize. I will take this. Thank you. It's actually technically a yo-yo. It's just not what we think of as a yo-yo in the West, because I think it's like an Eastern yo-yo type thing. But yeah. It is actually a type of yo-yo. Let's go get that letter, shall we? Up here. Here it is. Boop! Mine! Amelia Kessler? Looks old.
The ballroom? That's what was converted into the haunted house.
Oh, it do be old. Oh, my dearest Amelia, the work goes slowly, but it goes. I just completed the 5th horse, my favorite so far. I call him Foxfire. which is a phosphorescent fungus that grows on rotting wood. I've always thought fondly of that name. Every night music plays in the ballroom above my workshop. Every night 100 feet scamper back and forth overhead. When I complained to Mr. Russo, he said that if I worked in the daytime like everyone else, there would be no music to bother me. He doesn't understand that I can only work when the world is as I feel, dark, dangerous, unknowable. But you understand, my darling wife. You are the only person on earth who has ever understood everything that can be understood about me, and I miss you terribly.
So there was a door to Kessler's workshop by the radiator in what's now the haunted house.
The radiator still stands guard outside the door to my workshop, as cold and heavy as my heart, awaiting your return. You must come back to me, Amelia. Honey, I don't think you should put your stock in that. Your father was loath to give me your address, as well he should be. I promised him things will be better, as now I promise you, when you return. But what if you don't read this? What if it comes back unopened? Or worse, what if it never comes back? And neither do you. Your rejection would be unbearable. Perhaps I shall mail this letter tomorrow, but I know that I cannot mail it today, my beloved. I don't have the courage. I cannot take the risk. I love you too much. Yours alone forever, Rolf. And that's probably why she's not coming back. I'm just saying. If you're not going to talk to her, then of course she's not going to come back. She's not going to know you want her back. Okay, see, this is my point here. See, these horses, like, some of them have these fish tails, some of them have the horse tails. But this is the only one that stands out, right? Because this guy is the only one that's, like, not horse-like or or I guess you could call it seahorse, but it's not really a seahorse. Or merhorse-like or anything of that nature. This is the only one that, like, this is a zebra. By the way, apparently zebras are super temperamental. I knew a farmer who had a zebra. And a zonkey because he had a zebra. Yeah, it's a thing. It's a zebra and a donkey. It's a zonkey. But yeah, I knew a farmer who had a zebra on his farm. So yes, I've actually gotten to, I didn't get to pet the zebra, but I did get to see it up close. We took my nephews and my niece to this guy's farm because we knew him pretty well. And we asked if we could pet the zebra, and he was like, yeah, I wouldn't. They're temperamental, and he bites and kicks and is not known for being nice. So we didn't. We didn't. But yeah, he was there. Apparently the guy also now had, that particular guy had buffalo, and apparently he now also has lemurs on his farm. I don't get it, but he did make a mistake, though. He got his wife an alpaca for her birthday. The animal! He got his wife for her birthday a breeding pair of alpacas, and she was like, my birthday, you get us more livestock. I love you too, dear. So, let's check out Rolf Kessler's old workshop then. It's the equivalent of getting your wife a dishwasher for farmers. There is some kind of a sawing sound down here.
Sounds like it's coming from below.
It does. Ooh, a keyboard. Thank you. I will be taking that. Ooh, a red tag I see. same design. Huh. 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 Weird. So, was this remote control being used to... Well, okay, I guess this is both a transmitter and a receiver, right? So perhaps this was a receiver that was used to move the carousel, but there might also be a second transmitter only, right? So whoever it is puts the receiver only up here to hide the lock, and then drops the receiver and transmitter part underneath the carousel to make the carousel move on its own as a distraction, and then uses the receiver or the transmitter alone or another transmitter receiver combo to access both the carousel and make it move while they're accessing the haunted house. It's possible. Is it likely? No. Is it weird? Absolutely. But it's possible. Alrighty. So Ingrid needs her pliers hanging around. We finished Squid Toss. We could get another mermaid token, but we need this guy.
It's out of order.
Well, if it's out of order, there's one person we go talk to.
Hello, Nancy. How goes it?
Let's talk to you.
I found something underneath the carousel that looks like it might be a remote control device.
Oh, I'd like to see it. Interesting. I looked under there. Wonder how I missed it. May I have this?
Actually,
no.
I'd kind of like to keep it.
Suit yourself.
What is it with you people and keeping my evidence? I'm doing the investigating. I keep the evidence. What is it with you people? I'm going to keep this. No, you're not. If you need it for turning it into joy or whatever, I will do that for you, but I will be keeping it for the duration of the investigation. Thank you very much. Oh, you found a remote control. Can I have it? No! It's my evidence. Go get your own evidence. Oh, no, wait. Don't do that. You're a suspect. Never mind. Don't investigate. You're a suspect. Just hang out there. So what do you know about... Ooh, a hidden door in the haunted house. Workshop under the haunted house. Or we can go to the broken machine later.
Did you know that the man who carved the carousel horses had a workshop under what's now the haunted house?
How appropriate, considering Kessler's belief in the supernatural and all.
Heard some strange sounds last time I was there.
I heard some strange sounds the last time I was in there. They seem to be coming from below.
That's odd. I've been doing a lot of work in there lately, and I haven't heard any strange noises. So either your ears are better than mine, or your imagination is.
I'm going to go with my ears are better than yours. I kid you not, I actually have pretty good hearing. Especially for somebody my age. I'm somewhere in my 40s, so especially for somebody my age, I actually have pretty good hearing. I discovered a hidden door in the haunted house. Yeah, let's go with that.
I discovered a hidden door in the haunted house.
Is that right?
I was hoping you might know what's behind it.
It's obvious you don't put much stock in curses.
I really don't.
But a word to the wise, there really do exist some doors that no one should open. I'd be very careful if I were you.
Is that a threat? Is that her honestly offering me advice? Or is that a threat? Open-ended enough, it could go either way.
advice on how to go about fixing the Midway game that's broken?
It needs to be reprogrammed. Open up the back. Should be some instructions on the clipboard. Check that handbook.
Yay!
I think if they're too cryptic for you. But you'll also need the plug-in keyboard. And unfortunately, I have no idea where it is. One of my guys probably left it in the park somewhere.
Nope. I'm not gonna say it.
Thanks for your help.
One open mind sees more than two open eyes.
I have some suggestions for Paula. Oh, Paula, we have to talk when this is all over. Okay. Alright, we're going to need some information from here, such as the serial number is KM5200. And I just hit the control key, which is why it did that thing. Because I have the thing, I have it turned on so that when I hit the control key, it'll circle where my mouse is. I lose my mouse more often than you'd think. Taking into consideration Alonsky's law on flux capacitors mold the inner vortex force so that it conforms rigidly to the specifications delineated in Appendix B2 of the Chromeister Arcade Game Repair Guide. You have now installed the upgrade. Got this done, but had to fight the power. Got this done, but had to fight the power relay switch to work right. Nick F. Programming upgrade. After successfully upgrading the hardware to the Tahoe circuit board, the Chromeister arcade game will not function and will display an error message on the front panel screen. The hardware upgrade must be added to the Chromeister arcade game code. In the back of each Chromeister arcade game is a small video screen that contains the programming code. Use the Chromeister portable keyboard to plug into the monitor and type the code upgrade. This can be done by simply adding the word super to the upgrade function and entering the Chromeister arcade game serial number as the parameter. For example, if you upgrade the function called ping and the serial number was UB4700, the new function name would be a super ping and UB4700 would be entered as the parameter. Thank you.
The keyboard is missing.
I thought I grabbed it. No, I put my card back. Okay. So then, what we want is show startup, Captain Cove, to update the game, change the function, call online directly below. The game over, Barnacle Blast. We want to say this is Super Barnacle Blast. And this should be KM 5200. That is 9900. I will take that as a you done did it. Do I still have her keyboard? No, I left it back there. Well, you know what? Fine. Fair play. If she wants it, she needs to come get it herself. I'm just saying.
Time for a game of Barnacle Blast.
Yay!
You have 4 fun credits left on your card. Now blast all those nasty barnacles off the ship.
Woohoo! Alright, I'm just gonna go medium because I really am bad at this. Okay. This is one of the only things where I cannot actually use the mouse. Yay! No! Come on, along the top, please. Come on. Along the top, please. Okay, very close to being along the top, please. Oi! I was so close. Please tell. I think there are 3 levels to this, which annoy me. This is so slow. Oh my gosh. So close. Got it. All right. 2 more. 2 more and we get this. 1 more. Yay! Is there another level? No, okay, there's just the one. No, there's 2 levels because I get the shell token. Okay. 2 levels, huh? I told you I was bad at this, right? Oh, good. Yeah. Go along the top. Yeah. No, not back down. Thank you. It's so much easier if you go along the top. Then I don't have to do all this. Seriously. 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 Alright. You missed absolutely everything. You're going to thread the needle again and miss absolutely... No, you got something that time. Good on ya. Would help if I was pressing the arrow keys to go the right directions. That would be helpful. Okay. One last one. That's not frustrating. I don't know what you're talking about. That's not frustrating. I don't know what you mean. It's fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I keep trying to get it to bounce along the top because I do a whole... Yeah, like that. I do a whole lot better if it do that. I can do this. I only have to beat this level 1 more time. It's fine. All right. Ooh, we got it. At least the clock is counting up, not down. That's helpful. So close. Come on. Oh, I almost missed that. Thank you. Okay, we're going to need those to get this. How do I know? I just know. I know because I played this like 600 times when it came out. I had time back then. Alright, so that gets us what we need from the midway. You know what? Since we're thinking about it, let's go talk to Joy. We haven't been to see Joy in a while. And we did find her pencil.
Something?
Excuse me. So, do you know how to read
Do you
shorthand?
by any chance know how to read shorthand?
Sorry, sure don't.
Do you ever talk to the other people who are working during the shutdown?
I'm not very good at socializing. I couldn't even tell you what any of them look like, quite frankly. I go to work, I go home. That's pretty much my life.
Yeah, I get that. So, Joy, let's talk.
Someone activated the roller coaster while I was standing on the tracks just now. I barely managed to escape.
Really? Are you sure it was on purpose? Maybe you accidentally tripped a switch or something.
Okay, so I would get mad at you, but hear me out. That's fair. That's fair. That is the only person that I will say, you know what, that's fair. Because I am like, what? Somewhere between 17 and 19. Stumbling around the park. Unsupervised. In the staff areas. Untrained. Okay. Checks out, Joy. So, I don't think so.
I don't think so. It happened right after I picked up this pencil.
That looks like one of mine. But
It
I didn't leave
does.
it there. I mean, just because you found one of my pencils, that hardly proves I'm guilty of something.
Joy, while you were gone, the Nancy Drew entity came in here and snooped.
You were snooping around in here?
Okay, well, like, here's the thing. We also don't have any proof that it's Joy's. It's just a regular pencil, and yes, she chews her pencils. But that's not an unheard of habit, right? It's very possible, especially, like, hear me out, especially among younger kids. It's not an unheard of habit. So who's to say a kid was on the ride, either didn't notice there was a pencil in their pocket, or tossed a bag aside to get onto the ride. The bag had a pencil in it. When they came back to collect said bag, pencil fell out. Staff finds said pencil laying somewhere on the ride, goes, ooh, can't have this laying here. Somebody's going to slip and fall on it. It's going to, interfere with the mechanisms, whatever. They pick it up and absent-mindedly put it on the nearest flat surface. Happens to be the emergency button. It's not an outlandish theory. And she could have gotten away with it by just saying, it looks like one of mine, but that ain't mine. Or just look at it and be like, that's weird. It's a pencil. And we could be like, well, it looks like one of yours. It's all chewed up. Well, yeah, but there are a lot of people that chew their pencils out there. It's not like a common habit, but it's not an unheard of habit. It's something that like a lot of young kids do, is they'll chew their pencil. Most of them break it as an adult. But it's like, it's not insane to think that somebody else just dropped a chewed up pencil. So, were you snooping around in here? Well, alright, here we go.
Well, I came in here looking for you, yes, but
an analysis of sensory input shows that the Nancy Drew entity entered the immediate area during your absence and exhibited non-random seeking behavior.
Ooh. Nancy been caught snooping. I was just trying to do the job I was asked to, or fine, I was snooping. Now answer my question.
All right, I was snooping. And now if you don't mind answering a question for me, what is that?
My father was a frustrated inventor. After he died, I discovered that in his study. In his will, he said he made it just for me.
Oh, that's
I don't
cool.
have room in my apartment, so I brought him here. I keep him covered when I know I'm going to have company. As you noticed, he can be kind of a blabbermouth.
The word blabbermouth is without meaning to
Miles, the magnificent memory machine.
How How small is your apartment that you don't have room for that? It's not that big. It looks like it's made out of a bicycle and an easy bake oven. Maybe an old gramophone. And a pipe. It's not that big. You can't, like, clear a small section of shelf space? Okay. So does he do anything else?
Does he do anything else besides blabber?
My father said he invented Miles in order to reacquaint me with my childhood. It always bothered him that I was never as happy-go-lucky as he was. What am I, Miles?
Joy Trent is a party-pooping stick in the mud.
So my father programmed him with a bunch of riddles designed to reconnect me with long-lost memories from my childhood.
That sounds fascinating, or what a wonderful gift. That sounds fascinating, actually.
That sounds fascinating.
I don't see it that way at all. I don't want to relive my childhood. My mother died when I was 4.
I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks. Flip side, though, how was your father a frustrated inventor? Right? Number one, to build and then program that. I'm also assuming your father did the voice work because robot-generated AI voices were not a thing back then. They wouldn't be a thing for another, I want to say close to 20 years. Which means I've got to assume your father did the voice work for that. Which means you're going to treasure it at some point. Whether you do or not right now, you're going to treasure it. Because it's got your father's voice on it. I lost my dad. I get that. I still hate the smell of coffee, but I also love it. I hate it. I hate the smell. Always made me sick, always made me gag. But the only person in my family that ever drank coffee was my father. So I love it now, but I still hate it. It's a weird bittersweet thing. My husband keeps telling me he's going to get me a coffee scented candle, not to burn, just so I can smell it on occasion. It's a weird it's a thing. So, it's what your father wanted. Shouldn't we at least give it a try? Or, yeah, let's just at least give it a try.
It's what your father wanted. Shouldn't you at least give it a try?
I should be mad that you were snooping around in here. But the truth is, I think it's neat that you're so gutsy. Especially since I'm so not gutsy. Oh, what the heck. Okay, Miles, let's hear the first riddle.
Let's go!
Here is the first riddle. Listen carefully. To be told a truth long since put away, bring me the silvery remains of a 4-bit day.
I have no idea what he's talking about. I knew it would be a waste of time.
Why didn't he just, tell you? Well, I mean, I guess it's more fun, or I guess it's better for you if he makes you remember. But still, don't give up yet. I'm sure I'll turn up something. Maybe it'll ring a bell with somebody else. I'll ask around.
Maybe it'll ring a bell with somebody else. I'll ask around.
Do what you want, but I'm not gonna hold my breath.
That's fair. Alrighty, well, oh, you know who we should talk to? We should talk to Harlan. Because we found out the one... Harlan? Harlan Bishop, Captain's Cove Amusement Park, 29 Galaxy Boulevard, New Jersey. Requested code 101190. Hello, code 101190. Well, okay. ICU surveillance. Huh. Okay. Please keep all personal belongings in your locker. Nancy Drew is to visit today. Give her a fun pass, a map to the park, and send it a joy. Captain Cove's police department. Alright, cool. Got that, I think. So I'm not worried about that. Harlan. Hello. 10. 11. 90. It went the wrong way. Thank you. I will be snooping through your stuff. Appointments.
Louis G. Wonder
Woo!
who that is. Best way to find out is to call him.
609-555-9317. Ooh. 2:30 at Louis G's. Call in the AM to confirm. 2 for 1 at Burger Bonanza and a haircut. There's really not much on your appointment list, is there? Okay.
Wonder what's on here. I'll just play it and find out.
Ooh, we got a secret videotape, eh? Hello?
It looks like
0726.
Back where I found it.
Harlan. Ooh. Harlan's been spying on Ingrid, has he? Okay. And now I get to spy on Ingrid.
Call LH about results. LH. Lance Huffington, maybe?
Well. Okay. And she wouldn't let me over here earlier. Perhaps we take a peekies.
Wow, that's one expensive watch.
Yeesh! She's spending $21,000 on a watch? Holy! Why would you bring a $21,000 watch to work? Why would you do that? Why? I don't think there's anything else to look at in here. But if it is that expensive, I would either be wearing it or it would be locked in a safe in my house. Holy spumoni over here. Okay, can I just make some calls? Yes, I can. Cool, we got some calls to make. What do we got? This is Luis Guerra.
State Board of Parole, Louis Guerra's office.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I said, State Board of Parole, Louis Guerra's office.
Oh.
Is Mr. Guerra a parole officer?
That's correct. But he's out of the office right now. Would you like to leave a message?
Maybe you can help me. Do you know if he has a client named Harlan Bishop?
Maybe you can help me. Do you know if he has a client named Harlan Bishop?
Yes, he does. Is Harlan up to something he shouldn't be?
Oh, I didn't say that.
I didn't say that. But when was he paroled? Do you know?
You're going to have to wait and ask Mr. Guerra that question. What was the name?
Nancy Drew. My number is 523-555-4399.
Conveniently located at the bottom of my cell phone.
Anytime.
I'll let him know.
Thank you.
So Harlan is an ex-con. Interesting. Okay. Suspects. Harlan's an ex-con, right? And he could have been cellmates with the guy we think stole the money from the Captain Quarters Hotel. Joy has a stick up her butt because, what's her name? Paula. Paula let her father die bankrupt. Paula could very well be trying to drum up more publicity for the park by faking a haunting. Ingrid, I'm not really sure how much. Well, Ingrid does have a lot of money to burn, right? Ingrid suddenly has a lot of money to burn and is being extremely careless with things around the park. Elliot is mysteriously suddenly behind in a lot of his work. Ooh. So far, no, like, concrete, this screams it's doing a thing, right? No concrete, this screams it's doing a thing to me. But there are two different motives for the robbery at play, and it could be both of them, right? We have the carousel horse is very valuable and could have been stolen because it's very valuable. And whoever stole it is trying to sell it, make money, and run. Or it could be that there are jewels in said carousel horse. And whoever stole it was looking for the jewels. Possible? Maybe? And it could be both, right? It could be like they stole it hoping to find jewels and are just going to sell it because it's expensive. So we might as well just sell it. Get a get a bit of a double dipping. So it depends. If we think it was purely about the jewels, then I'd say Harlan. If we think it was about making the park appear haunted so that it shuts down, then it's Joy. I'm not sure if we can tie Ingrid. Well, Ingrid came into a lot of money. But if she had already found the jewels and sold them, why would she still be here? Or if she had already taken the carousel horse and sold it, why would she still be here? And Elliot is just coincidentally behind in all of his work.
Hello? Hi, it's Paula. Just thought I'd check in, see how you're doing.
Actually, I'm kind of glad you called.
Why? What's going on?
I'm afraid I've discovered something kind of disturbing about Harlan.
What, that he's an ex-con? I know.
How long have you known?
How long have you known?
It was the first thing out of his mouth when he applied for the job.
Fair enough.
He said being an outstanding security guard would prove to everyone once and for all that he's gone straight.
I also found out that he used a security camera to get the code to Ingrid's work area. And he fits the description of the jewel thief's cellmate that Detective Paris gave me.
Oh, now that's disturbing.
Yeah.
But I'm still going to give Harlan the benefit of the doubt until I have good reason not to. I appreciate your bringing this to my attention, though.
All right. Goodbye, Paula.
Fair enough.
Nancy, you're a procrastinator's dream.
I am, thank you.
In. Ask me questions. Ask me lots of questions.
All right, so let's talk questions.
I found a strange hidden door in the haunted house. Problem is, it's locked. Do you have any idea what's behind it?
Ask Joy. That nutty professor father of hers always had these little secret projects going in the park even after he sold his interest. Miss Santos didn't have the heart to boot him out.
Okay. So that's an interesting side note, right? He sold his interest in the park because he was having money troubles. But Paula Santos just let him come in and keep doing whatever he wanted. She didn't kick him out. To me, that doesn't sound like what Joyce said, right? Joyce said that, oh, Santos could have helped him out, but she refused. She's a horrible monster. So that, I mean, that casts dispersions on. That basically means that what we're looking at here is Joy has a perception of Paula's character, but it doesn't sound like it's truly Paula's character. Which, if that's the case, then Paula's kind of in the clear. I mean, it's possible that she could still be using the haunting or faking the haunting or whatever for money, but it doesn't seem likely that she would. It really doesn't. Because the only reason why we would even consider thinking that is because Joy is like, oh, she's a horrible, greedy monster. And it's like, but would a horrible, greedy monster let your father continue doing whatever little secret side projects he wanted in the park? Unrestricted? I don't think so, hon. Just doesn't track.
I know you're busy, but I was hoping you could maybe help me solve a riddle. If I asked you for the silvery remains of a 4-bit day, what would you give me?
A riddle? I love riddles. Okay, let's see. Silvery remains has to be something silver that's left over, right?
Yeah,
okay.
Got it.
Now, if 2-bit means worth a quarter, 4-bit
it does.
would mean worth 2 quarters. Quarters. Captain's quarters, maybe?
The hotel adjacent to the park?
The hotel adjacent to the park?
Captain's quarters day. Day, spelled D-A-E, as in Sunday. That's it. There's this fantastic Sunday, yet only at the hotel. They call it a fun day. It's been their specialty for like centuries. Comes with a souvenir spoon. Silvery, as in spoon, get it?
That must be it.
That must be it. Thank you.
Next riddle, come on. I'm on a roll, baby. I'm in a groove. Bring it on.
I'll let you get back to work.
Thanks a lot.
I'm pretty sure he's also Ned's voice actor. Like, I know I haven't talked to Ned too much in these games, but from what I remember of Ned's voice, that's it. There's not really much else I can do in here other than talk to him. Harlan, are you back? We have to have a chat.
Hey, Nancy, what's up?
So I found this old letter in the gear room of the Carousel. Oh, we have so much to catch up him on. Okay, catch him up on.
Room of the Carousel. It was written by the guy who carved all the horses, Rolf Kessler. Is it okay if I keep it?
As far as I'm concerned, I'll mention it to Miss Santos, see what she says.
All right.
I found some kind of electronic device under the Carousel. I'm pretty sure someone has been turning the Carousel on and off at night by remote control.
Why would somebody want to do that? Whatever you found was probably just some kind of toy that fell out of some kid's pocket.
Here we go again. Harlan. Why would somebody want to do that? Because it makes the park look haunted. That would be why somebody would want to do that. Now, the question isn't why would somebody want to turn it on by remote control. The question is why would somebody want to make the park look haunted? That I have no answer on.
Kessler used to have a workshop under what's now the haunted house. Have you ever been down there?
I didn't even know there was a down there.
Fair enough.
So you don't know anything about the hidden door in the room that has the old radiator in it?
Sure don't. Never heard any of the other guards say anything about it either.
Okay.
Have fun.
That's assuming you're being forthright with me. Okay, let's go talk to Ingrid. Ingrid, you're back, yes?
Hello, Nancy. How goes it?
Hello, Ingrid.
I understand that you know the man who got hurt in that roller
I
coaster
forgot to call
accident, Lance
LH.
Huffington?
I've talked to him. I don't really know him.
What did you talk to him about?
What did you talk to him about?
Look, what are you getting at?
You and he could be partners.
You and he could be partners. He gets on the roller coaster, you shut off the power, the coaster stops suddenly, he cries whiplash and sues the park, you share the settlement.
Interesting theory.
It is.
Unfortunately, it's totally wrong. I
Is
told you
it?
to tell him to rub his neck 3 times a day with witch hazel and lavender. If his neck is really injured, that will cure it. Why are you so eager to accuse me of something?
You seem to have a lot of money, far more than the park pays you. I mean, you bought a $20,000 watch. That's most people's life savings, I'm just saying.
Because you seem to have a lot of money, far more than the park pays you. I can't help but wonder where
I
it's
don't want
coming
to tip
from.
my hand that I've
All
been
right.
snooping.
I have been making money on the side. But it's not what you think.
It's not.
I've been helping someone design a roller coaster. I even let him borrow the blueprints for our coaster, so he could study them, not steal them. I kept it secret because it could be construed as conflict of interest. This guy knows I'm taking a risk, so he pays me very well. Now, your turn. It's obvious that you've been nosing around in here. How did you get in?
It could not just be construed as conflict of interest. It is conflict of interest. Like, there's no, oh, it could be, maybe, but it's really not. I promise. No, it is conflict of interest. You are sharing confidential documents, which means, even though I will say she is a flake and does not pay attention to any of her tools and has no business being lead engineer, that means that she did not misplace the blueprint somewhere whoopsie-doopsies. That means she got rid of them. She gave them to somebody else so that he could study them, not copy them. Whether you know it or not, hon, your dude's totally copying them. I'm just saying. If she's naive enough to think he's just studying them, then she really is just that dumb. Dude's definitely copying them and just making a few tweaks here and there. But okay, sure. Yep, you're right. How did I get in? Absolutely. We'll just go ahead and work on that.
Someone made a tape of you entering your security code into the keypad outside, which I just happened to see.
Harlan. I knew it bugged him that this place was off limits, but spying on me? That guy's got a real problem. As for you, I'd appreciate it if you would kindly remove your nice and deficient little self from my office. I have work to do.
No. Actually, no, I will go. But only because I want to and because I'm doing other things. So, we've talked to Elliot, we've talked to Ingrid. Oh, let's go to the captain's quarters real quick. Because we need to order a funday. I actually can't do it from the menu in this game. I gotta go here. Hello?
Hotel operator, what do you want?
Better operator for one thing.
I'm filling in for my cousin Amber. She took the week off on account of the amusement park being shut down. You don't want an outside line, do you?
Actually, I have a cell phone.
Good. Use it. An outside line will cost you an arm and a leg. Besides, I'm not sure how to get you one. So, Ms. Oren, what do you want?
That's Drew. Nancy Drew?
Sorry, my cousin's handwriting reeks. So, what do you want, Miss Drew?
I'd like a funday,
I'd like to
please.
order a funday, please.
2,480 calories worth of sheer heaven plus one official funday souvenir spoon coming right up. Anything else?
Look, I know it's bad for me. I do not need you to give me the calorie count.
That's
Thank
it.
you.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Boy, she's a delight, isn't she? Oh, that looks delicious.
So good.
Uh-huh. I like having ice cream like that. That's amazing. Oh, with real chocolate. Can I go to Joy? Hello?
This is Luis Guerra with
Hi.
the State Board of Parole.
Oh, yes, you.
Questions Constable Harlan Bishop.
Right. Hi. Yes, for starters, could you tell me what prison he was in?
He served 30 months in Bayside State Prison for check kiting and forgery. He was paroled 5 months ago.
So, here's the thing. Check kiting and forgery is far different from theft. Check kiting and forgery basically means he's forging and passing fake checks. Theft of an actual physical property is a little bit different. Because for check kiting and forgery, he would just have to forge a few signatures, maybe even make up a bank account number or two. Physical theft would be a little bit of a different animal, but it's possible to make the leap.
Was he ever at New Jersey State Prison?
No, ma'am.
Ah, so he wasn't at New Jersey State Prison then.
Did he ever have a cellmate named Chaz Dunning?
No, ma'am. As far as I know, Harlan is the security guard at Captain's Cove Amusement Park. Now, do all these questions mean you know something about him that I don't?
No, that's actually pretty much what I know.
No, that's pretty much what I know too.
Well, I hope I've been of some assistance.
Oh, you have. You've been a big help. Thank you.
Good day then.
Bye.
Okay, so no. No, that absolutely 100% confirms it. Harlan was never cellmates with the guy that stole the jewels. So Harlan would have no clue about the jewels in the park. Unless he read the same article in Joy's office as I did. But even then, considering that's how old? That's 83. This is, what, 2003? I would be 20 years old at this point. It would be a big swing to assume just from this article that the jewels are in one specific horse. It's a pretty big swing. Especially since it was mentioned that the jewels were found in a seat ride. I could see him going through cutting up seat rides, or cutting up seat rides. Yeah, they were found in a ride seat. So I could see him going through the park cutting up ride seats or looking for cuts in ride seats to investigate. But stealing a horse? No. No. Pretty sure we can eliminate that.
Any luck? I'm pretty sure Miles wants us to bring him the souvenir spoon you get when you order a Fun Day Sunday at the captain's quarters. I have one right here.
Give it to Miles and see what happens.
Lay it on me.
Cool. What you got? Dude has a laser scanner built in?
The scan is complete. The object is correct. Your mother used to take you for a Sunday at the captain's quarters almost every week. Do you remember, Joy?
The captain's quarters fun day. I do remember that. I was so small, I always had to sit on my mother's lap to eat it. I wish I could remember what she looked like.
Do you have a picture?
Don't you have a picture of her?
You were very little when your mother died, Joy. Your grief came out as anger. Before your father could stop you, you destroyed every picture of your mother that he had.
I did that?
I'm sorry.
No, my father told me he had gotten rid of them. He always said some things are better left forgotten. Oh my gosh. I'm the reason I have nothing to remember her by.
I'm sorry, hun. I mean, he's not wrong. Some things are better left forgotten. Sometimes if you block out a memory, you don't want to remember. My sister's husband, back when they were dating, this is Momo, he got T-boned in an intersection. Bad. Real bad. He was in and out of the hospital he was in the hospital for about 3 months. Thing was, my sister was supposed to be in the passenger seat of the car. She wasn't because her car was having trouble that day and they were going to take it to the mechanic. So she was driving her car. He was behind her. He got T-boned in the intersection. And my sister said that she was talking to him and he kept asking for her. He kept wandering around, you know, where's Momo? Where's Momo? Is Momo okay? And to this day, he doesn't remember a thing. When he finally woke up in the hospital, they were like, do you remember the accident? And he was like, what accident? And every single doctor he talked to was like, you know what? Don't try. Don't try to remember. If you've forgotten it, then just don't try. He lost, I think, an entire day of his life is just gone. And he's been told, don't try to remember. And he's just like, okay, I won't. Sometimes your brain blocks it out for reasons because it's just far too traumatic. Sometimes that happens. And if that happens, unless you absolutely have to remember, just don't. Just don't. So I'm sure your father helped you shut out the truth for feelings reasons.
You've probably forgotten everything about that time in your life because it was just too painful to remember.
The older your father got, Joy, the more he realized that life is nothing but memories. He realized that even bad memories have a place in a good life. That is why
Fair enough, but
Miles, the magnificent memory machine.
Again, if it's traumatic enough, just don't.
This one is written down. Please remove it.
It's just a blank piece of paper.
You and your mother used to love to play this game, Joy.
Once again, I have no idea what he's talking about.
I do. Not only because I've played this game, or not only because I've played this game before, but I also did this for my nephews and my niece one year. You'll find out in a minute, but yeah, I set this up one year for my nephews and my niece as part of the only vacation my nephews and my niece, this is Kat's kids, got was they would come to my mother's house where I was living for a week once a year, and that was their vacation. So one year I spent, I kid you not, 3 months setting up a spy-themed, I set up a spy-themed scavenger hunt for them. This particular game was part of a spy-themed I spent 3 months on this. And they insisted that I solve all the puzzles for them, cracked it in 30 minutes. And then next year they asked what I had planned for their next spy-themed scavenger hunt. And I told them I'm not doing that again. And they learned really quickly not to do that. And Orchid don't play that game.
You know, some of the things your father wants you to remember may be pretty painful. Are you sure you want to go on?
If you still want to help me, please, Nancy, keep going. I feel like a door somewhere is starting to creak open. I'm kind of scared to open it, but I also kind of know I have to.
Fair enough, because she does have issues.
I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
You're the greatest.
She does have issues with perception. We know that much. Oh, the ballroom. Yes, I forgot. The Galaxy Ballroom featuring Conductor Shaw and the New Jersey Shore Orchestra. And the world's greatest dancers and concerts. Ooh, so nice. Anyway, so we know she's got troubles with how she's perceiving. With how she perceives things, right? We know that. Because she thinks Paula is being a butthead. This is the nice way to put it. About her father. And Paula's really not. It's not Paula that's the problem. So for this, if you go to, I think, the things to do list. No, it's in the notes. If you go to the journal. blank piece of paper Miles gave us smells like lemon. So since it smells like lemon, that leads me to one conclusion. Lemon juice and heat. I would love to know how they get this to look that nice, though.
Notes of your favorite band organ tune plus one mouth organ plus one smidgen of talent equals one happy Miles.
I would love to know how people write in that.
Turn the iron on.
I really don't. I was trying to put it away. We're just going to back out because I don't want to burn down the captain's... Not on this run. We're not going to burn down the captain's quarters. I might on another run. Next year or something, maybe we'll do like the all-death run for Nancvember or something like that and try to die. Or we'll do like a Masters run or an Easter egg run. I don't know. We'll see. I think I'll put up a poll for next year's run as we get closer to the end of this year's. So, what you got, Joy?
Any luck? There was a message written in lemon juice on that piece of paper Miles gave us. We're to play the first 8 notes of your favorite band organ tune on a mouth organ for Miles.
My favorite band organ tune? I don't even know what a band organ is. Or a mouth organ either, for that matter.
Well, a band organ is usually what plays the music you hear on a carousel.
What usually plays the music you hear when you ride a carousel.
And a mouth organ is a harmonica.
Thank you.
You used to play the harmonica for your mother all the time, Joy. Your favorite tune was the one you heard on the carousel?
It couldn't have been. I never rode the carousel. I always thought it was stupid. I thought all the rides in the park were stupid.
Doesn't track for a kid. Tracks for an adult, not a kid. Is that all you can tell us, Miles?
Is that all you can tell us, Miles?
I have been programmed to give you one hint.
Ooh.
The tune is on the 3rd roll. You will have to think about this one. End of hint.
It's all yours, Detective. As usual, I'm stumped.
I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
I really appreciate your help.
Okay. So you will have to think about this one. I don't know. Let's go to the carousel and see what we can think about. First off, let's take a look at the back here.
Guess I'm gonna have to call Tink. Whoever he is.
Ah! Think about this one. A9582. Where was that pencil I was playing with? 555958. I forgot to call Lance, like, again. Alright, 2 things we're gonna do. We're gonna call Lance Huffington at 7214. What do you got to say for yourself, Lance? Can you corroborate her story?
Talk to me.
Yes, hi. Is this Lance Huffington?
You betcha. Who's this?
Well, I'm Nancy Drew. I work with Ingrid Corey. I'm kind of her unofficial assistant here at the park. She tells me everything.
Oh, yeah?
I was wondering if she called you about the results. Oh, she asked me to call you for a status report. Ooh, that's better.
She asked me to call you for a status report.
Everything's great. Her plan worked. I'm glad she shared it with me. Life's good. At least it will be when the trial's over and the settlement's in the bank. Whoa, speaking of which, I gotta go. I'm due in court. What'd you say your name was?
Nancy.
Well, Nancy, next time you call me, you could very well be talking to a multi-millionaire. Ta-ta.
Bye.
That neither confirms nor denies Ingrid's story, because Ingrid's story is that she told him to rub his neck 3 times a day with witch hazel and lavender, and that would fix all of his pain issues. Which could be what he's referring to, although, flip-siding that, if that was what he was referring to, then why would he be telling me, or Ingrid for that matter, that, oh yeah, by the way, pain is gone, problem solved, whatever, I'm going to go get that settlement? He wouldn't. Unless he's stupid. That neither confirms nor denies her story. All right. Tink, talk to me.
We're sorry. Your call cannot be completed as dialed.
Okay.
Please check the number and dial again.
I got to put the 609 in front of it. Uh, 9582. Go for it. What you got?
We're sorry. Your call
Nope, gotta be a 1. Unless did I copy his number down? No, 9582. 9528. I did a dyslexic thing. I had a dyslexia moment. Yeah, I wrote down 82. It's 28. I did that's a me problem. That's whoopsies. Hey Tink. Whoops.
Yeah, this is Tink.
Yes, hello. My name is Nancy Drew.
I never heard of you.
Yes, I know. I'm trying to help Ms. Santos figure out what caused the roller coaster accident that shut down Captain's Cove.
So why are you calling me? I run the Carousel. I don't know from coasters.
Fair enough.
To make a long story short, I need to find out the name of the band organ song that's on the third roll.
What for?
So that's kind of the long story bit.
That's kind of where the long story part comes in.
I haven't got time for long stories. Besides, how do I know you even know Miss Santos?
So, okay. If you want to call her, I've got her number right here. You know, he did say he doesn't have a time for long stories, so rather than bait him, let's just...
Look, if you want to call her, I've got her number right here.
I didn't drive 900 miles into the Canadian wilderness to call my boss.
Fair enough.
Anyway, I can't help it. I got no idea what song's on the third roll. Only way you're gonna find out is to play it.
Does a band organ still play paper rolls?
You bet. Just flip the switch from CD to roll. Of course, you're gonna need roll 3, ain't you?
Yeah.
The cabinet in the gear room.
You mean the locked cabinet?
You mean the one that's locked?
18, 9, 39.
Okay.
That's a combination. Oh, and one more thing. You're gonna have a problem when you go to load the roll on account of...
Ah!
Holy moly! I either snagged a greyhound bus or the biggest fish in the Chapleau River is right here on the end of my line. I'm sorry, hon. I gotta go.
All right, awesome. See you later. Enjoy that fish. I'm sure it'll be tasty. All right, we got the code to get in. And he did say there would be a problem, except he didn't tell me what the problem would be. All right, so that is 18939. They were very nice about keeping most of the numbers very close. In this one, 18, 9, 3, 9. Yes.
Let's see. Miles said the song is on the third roll.
I would take it that that's the one marked with a number 3.
This must be it.
Okay, and then, yeah, see, this was taken out very carefully. Although why they didn't take the brass base is beyond me. It looks like it's in good repair. But to be fair, I'm not sure I would know the difference. All right. Roll. Thank you.
This looks a little like the inside of my aunt's player piano.
Does it? I've never seen the inside of a player piano.
The take-up dowel is broken.
Oh. Oh. All right, well, we know where we've got to go. Right? We know of one place that's got a lathe. Oh, Elliot. Excuse me. I'm just here to use the lathe. Actually, I'm going to measure first, and then we're going... Hello.
Do you always go poking around in other people's stuff?
Yes! Does this surprise you? I was hired to investigate. Alright, so... We're going, what? 2.5 as the front part. That's the thick section. Then there's a little tiny skinny thing until we get about to, I want to say 11.25. So this should be 11.25. And then there's an indent at 12, it looks like. Okay. So, let's go play with the lathe. Oh, I guess I have to ask him if I can play with the lathe first. Boo.
All right, break time.
You sure you don't mind?
Are you kidding? As long as you're here, I have a legitimate reason for not working. I don't mind one iota.
I'll let you get back to work.
Okay. Won't let me ask him. There we go. Why won't it let me activate the lathe? He doesn't like me snooping around in here anyway. So, alright, look, if I can't activate the lathe yet, we can't talk to Joy. Can I talk to Ingrid, or is Ingrid still mad at me?
Hello, Nancy. How goes it?
Not mad at me, but not talking to me either. I will remember niacin for the rest of my life. I have no idea what it means, but I will remember it. Thank you.
I really do need to get this work done.
Right. Sorry.
Also will not talk to me. Cool. Talk to me.
Hey, Nancy, what's up?
Nope.
See you around.
Sounds good.
Cool. So... So, it's gotta be the lathe then, right? Let me check my to-do list here. Oh, I can't wait till we have the to-do list on my side panel. Things to do. Find out what Joy's favorite band organ tune is. We're working on that. Make a new dowel and load into the roll. Anything else? Find the key to the hidden door behind the radiator. Working on that. Translate the note I found in Joy's office. And keep checking my email. Okay, email. Next time you want to hide a message in plain sight, write it on a piece of paper using invisible ink, lemon juice. See, there we go. There's the key in case you didn't know. And we have Nancy. Yesterday, after you left, Togo was playing with his yellow squeaky toy in the family room, and it rolled underneath the TV cabinet. I tried to get it out with the yardstick, but I couldn't reach it. Now all Togo does is lie there in the family room and whimper. He won't even eat. Oh, as you know, that toy was his favorite. But don't worry, I'm gonna get to the pet store as soon as it opens and get him a new one. Love, Hannah. 58 is how a detective goes about solving the case by their personal style. Oh dear Nancy, more news. I went to every single pet store in River Heights, and wouldn't you know it, not one of them carries yellow squeaky toys. Togo hasn't budged from in front of the TV cabinet. He still refuses to eat, and I'm getting worried. You know how I fret when you Drews don't eat. So I called your father, and he arranged for 2 men to come over later today, unplug all those cables and wires, and move the cabinet. Oh, he wasn't real happy about it, but I told him it's what you'd want. I mean, fair enough. She's not entirely wrong. So, alright, like, real talk, I know what the name of the horse is. Time to find the bad guy closing in on you. Remember, you can also escape by you can always escape by distracting him. Direct his attention with something valuable that you have. Your watch, wallet, purse, even your weapon. Then toss it aside. If this situation warrants, toss it at your would-be assailant. A moment or two of distraction is usually all the mentally and physically agile detective needs to make a successful escape. Oh, okay, these are the various awards I think you can win at the end. I think this is the beginning of the, hey, sassy detective, you've won this award. Or that award. And that's just an explanation of all the various awards you could win. I didn't want to go to the Midway. Check Joy's. Is there anything in here on stenography? Doesn't look like it. I just figured she had books. I guess Elliot has a lot of books. No.
It would be rude to use my phone now.
I'm sorry, Nancy. No, this doesn't have a web button yet. Okay, I was gonna be like, does my phone have the internets yet? Is it late enough that the phone has the internets now? I don't think she carries any books in here. No, she really doesn't. Harlan, you got any books? Just regular supplies, really. No, nothing on stenography. I assume it would be something to do with the computer connecting to the internet, but I don't really have any way to do that. We have the flag game, but that's it. That's just a matching game on the flags. Alright, look, here's the thing. I know what the name of the horse is. I was trying to find the stenography area so we could be like, okay, so this is how you piece it together. But I can't off the top of my head. So
the name of the carousel horse is Glory.
Oh, I know why I can't find it yet, because we don't have, we haven't needed it yet, but, shh. You didn't see me do that. Alright, so let's talk to Elliot. I'm still trying to get to use this. But for some reason the uptake dowel is not... Like, I put it over here, and that's fine. But it won't let me ask him. Tape.
Would it be okay if I took some tape? It might come in handy.
Help yourself.
Okay. Could I use the lathe? It's not letting me use the lathe, which is definitely the next step I need to do.
What's going on?
I'll let you get back to work.
And it's not letting me ask him to use it either. I got nothing for Ingrid. I need to use that lathe. I need to. There's no option B here. Oh, you know what? There is an option B. There is something else that I can do. There we go.
You're about to experience the Captain's Cove.
Woo!
In case you were wondering, you have 3 fun credits left on your card.
I was wondering.
The carousel will be starting in 3 seconds, so
Okay.
hang on tight. And don't forget to try for the brass ring.
Which seems like a very bad idea. Oh, I turned it to roll and don't have a roll going, so it's quiet.
Here comes the brass ring. Get ready. Got it.
Okay, I got it. I forgot. Oh, that's so cool, though. That's such a cool detail that they just left it without music.
Here it comes again.
Whoa! I was a little too early. But see, that's why it seems like a bad idea.
The carousel. I was trying to grab the brass ring and reached too far.
You were what?
It's kind of a long story. Uh-oh, I have to hang up now. They want to x-ray my head.
I should probably come down there and have my head examined too. What was I thinking, asking you to play detective? Well, I know what I'm thinking now. You're off the case.
That seems a bit...
In 3 seconds, so hang on tight. And don't forget to try for the brass ring.
Yeehaw!
It seems a bit careless, right? Considering it's like she's complaining that like her insurance rates are too high. The whole park got shut down because of an accident on the roller coaster.
Here it comes again.
But yet you're gonna let people try for the brass ring on the carousel? Does that not seem a little bit
I fell off the carousel.
dangerous?
I was trying to grab the brass ring and reached too far.
You were
I mean, I can
It's kind
imagine
of a long
dozens
story.
of kids
Uh-oh,
reaching too
I have to
far.
look now.
Or maybe somebody hooking the brass ring with their finger and not fully getting it out of the dispenser and like breaking their fingers.
Now, you're off the case.
This is not a good idea. You should really get rid of this.
3 seconds, so hang on tight. And don't forget to try for the brass ring.
I think it's like keep it right about here, I think. I shouldn't have tried for it the second time. I was just trying to be a goofball.
Get ready.
Too close.
You're in the emergency room?
I fell off the carousel.
Yeah,
I was
this is
trying to
just...
grab the brass ring and reached too far.
You were what?
It's kind of a long story. Uh-oh, I have to hang up now. They want to x-ray my head.
I should probably come down there and have my head examined too. What was I thinking, asking you to play detective? Well, I know what I'm thinking now. You're off the case.
I mean, you probably should have your head examined, but for a completely different reason.
The carousel will be starting in 3 seconds, so hang on tight. And don't forget to try for the brass ring.
Yeehaw!
I mean, yeah, you probably should have your head examined as well, hon, but for completely different reasons.
Here comes the brass ring. Get ready.
Seriously! Seriously!
You're in the emergency room?
I am getting very tired of this. I wish I could
Trying to
skip
grab
this.
the brass ring and reached too far.
You were what?
It's kind of a long story. Uh-oh, I have to hang up now. They want to x-ray my head.
I should probably come down there and have my head examined too. What was I thinking, asking you to play detective?
You were thinking you were going to get an El Cheapo detective that would solve the case. That's what you were thinking. You were thinking, I know, I'll get an El Cheapo detective.
So hang on tight. And don't forget to try for the brass ring.
I more of wonder why exactly you think it's a good idea, or why exactly your head engineer thinks it's a good idea to unleash a teenager.
Get ready. Gotcha.
There we go. Okay, got it this time. All right, I'll leave it. I'll leave it be this time, I promise. We won't go for it a second time. We got the one. We don't need another.
Here it comes again.
But yeah, like, see, they have this lovely dispenser here. And I feel like it would be really easy for somebody to try and hook the brass ring with their finger and, like, break their finger off. or like reach a little too far and fall off, right? I feel like there's a lot that could go wrong there. Still can't use that, huh?
Hey, Nance, what's going on?
I'll let you get back to work.
Keep it real.
Are we looking at a glitch? Are we looking at a glitch?
I really do need to get this work done.
Right. Sorry.
Huh. I mean, it would be weird because I've never glitched this game before. Not unheard of. This has been a pretty cursed Nancvember so far, but...
Hello, Nancy. How goes
It's also been the very first Nancvember. So, there we go. I like the Nance games. I plan on doing more of them. Alright, we know he won't talk to me.
Hey, Nancy, what's up?
I'll see you around.
Alright.
Sounds good.
Let's go call Bess and George. See what they have to say. Oh, we're doing Frank and Joe this time, eh? No, there's Bess. I was gonna say, we're talking to Frank and Joe this time, eh?
Hello?
Hey, Bess, it's Nancy.
Oh, hey, Nancy.
Whoa, you were obviously hoping I was someone else.
Well, kinda.
Alright, so who is he and where'd you meet him?
Okay, so who is he and where'd you meet him?
Oh, Nancy, his name's Matt, and he is so cute. He works the concession stand at the movie theater in the mall.
A cute guy with an endless supply of gummy bears and butter flavoring. Right at his fingertips. We're talking major crush.
Hey, George, good. You're there, too.
Barely. I almost got caught standing between Bess and the phone just now. When it rings, she's like a one-woman cattle stampede.
What happened to caller ID?
What happened to caller ID, Bess?
My parents yanked it.
She wouldn't pick up when it was some loser she didn't want to talk to. Her mother got tired of hearing the phone ring all the time.
Not all those calls were from losers. Sometimes I was playing hard to get. Anyway, how are things at the amusement park?
Yeah, so this was back when actually caller ID was an actual device that you would plug into your phone line, and then you would plug your phone into that. And then it would identify on a little screen sitting next to your phone what it was. This was before phones had caller ID built in. Alright, let's just go straight to hints.
Got anything for me in the way of hints?
You need to replace that broken dowel.
I know.
You're never going to be able to play roll 3.
Elliot has a lathe. Take the old dowel and see if he'll let you make a new one.
What if Nancy doesn't happen to know what a lathe is?
Then Nancy is going to find out.
Okay, thank
Catch
you.
you guys later.
Keep in touch. Keep up the good work.
I know that that's what we have to do. I am aware. But it won't let me. What about you? You've got anything to say to me?
Hello?
Hey, Frank, it's Nancy.
Hey, Joe, pick up. Actually, he may not want to talk to you.
Oh, what do they do?
Because you get to solve a mystery at an amusement park. He's so jealous he could spit.
Hi, this is Joe.
Hey, Joe, it's Nancy.
I don't want to talk to you.
What did I tell you?
Oh, I'm just kidding. Pardon me for a second. I gotta go spit.
Quit fooling around, Joe. She's calling long distance, remember?
Sorry. So what's going on?
Any suggestions as to my next move?
You're never going to be able to play roll 3 without a take-up
Yep,
dowel.
okay.
You could make a new dowel if you had a lathe.
Maybe someone there in the park has one.
I better get going.
Bye, Nancy.
See you around the campus.
Okay. So yeah, they're all telling me that I have to get the lathe going, but it won't activate. What am I doing wrong here? Won't let me get to the boards. Won't let me touch the goggles either.
Hey, Nance, what's going on?
Won't let me talk to him.
If you must.
Do I pick the dowel up off here? Is that what I'm missing? Nope. Down is down is down is down. It ain't coming back up. Okay. There's only one other thing I can think to try before I have to just like restart the game and try again. Alright, let me take the tissue strips I got at the beginning and the tape I got at the beginning. That's it. There we go.
Something's missing here.
Yeah, I know. I have to get the lathe fixed, but... Starlight! But it won't let me do it. Now will it let me do it? Is it just like a hotspot I'm missing somewhere? Okay. We're going to take a break and I'll be right back. You know I'm working on that. Are you trying to help?
Wow, yeah. Jump in that snow. Run in that snow, doggy. Yeah.
Poor thing, it's up to her belly.
Yeah. Seems like she's having a ball, though.
She loves the deep snow. She absolutely loves the deep snow.
It's like, I don't know where to go. I'll just keep running.
I mean, like, she kind of hates it when it's just like, you know, a little bit of snow. But when it's deep like this, oh, she loves it.
There she goes.
Did she come back?
No, she's going potty.
It'll probably make him more anxious. Whatever happens to you. You didn't see what we saw. I don't know. What exactly? I'm not sure. The timing seems so real, but now it's all gone. Maybe the fog.
Sorry if I put too much video on your phone.
Don't worry about it. I have a thing to take care of that.
I kind of figure you did. Get it, Kay? Don't let that box get away with being unopened. You tell that box.
Pretty sure she already put the cookie out.
Doesn't seem like it.
She's just checking for more.
Oh, okay.
But now she kind of wants to know what's in the box. Alright, so we're going to try one more thing here. Yeah, it's not letting me go further in. Should definitely be letting me go further in here. I'm looking for any kind of hot spot up here. Alright. Exit. Yes. Sure. Yeah. Alright. I said exit, did I not? Exit. Fine. No, whatever. Alright, let's do that. Start this back up. Oh, right. I have to press that button. Yeah, that's fine. Alright. And let's try doing this again. And if this doesn't work, then we will just have to finish this one off tomorrow. I was trying to avoid it, but...
Hey, Nance, what's going on?
I'll let you get back to work.
Keep it real.
Still not letting me do it. Alright, well, I guess I will have to figure out what's going on, and we might have to just finish this one tomorrow. Shame. I was hoping to move on to, oh, what's the next one tomorrow? Well, anyway. I will see about finishing this one off tomorrow then. Okay. Well, that being the case is I will be back tomorrow. This is Nancvember, so I am going to play every single Nancy Drew that I had in order during Nancvember, probably into December because of course I am. I do have every one of them with the exception of 30, 31, and 33. So I'm missing Sea of Darkness, Labyrinth of Lies, and Secret of the Seven Keys. So I will be back tomorrow. I am live every Wednesday to Sunday, somewhere around 8:30ish to 10 a.m. Eastern, whichever's easiest for y'all to go, Eastern or New York, whichever's easiest for you to Google, and depending on my husband's schedule, it fluctuates right now. But anyway, I hope to see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye, everyone.